Go.
That's old school.
Old school like the Undertaker. All right, and we're back once again here at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all the land. Handsome Jackie Jones. Oh, man, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Hittyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power goat. Bah! And I'm here and I'm representing tonight with throwback in your head. Old school. It's an old school hoodie here. Check it out.
Hot damn. Yeah.
Who we
That's
got
it.
on the back here?
That's our first run of guests.
That's the first run of guests.
Yep. First year of guests.
I see.
Fuck, I ain't doing that no more. But it was cool though to put all the guests on the first show.
I seen it in my basement the other day, and I said, first off, that needs washed. Second off, I'm going to wear it on the show.
Hell yeah. I bet it's keeping y'all warm and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get some new merch up on the stores. If anybody out there wants to create some in your head stuff, send it over to iwatchwrestling@gmail.com. If we choose it, I'll send you a free merchandise item.
There we go.
Rocking and a rolling. Yeah. Looking warm.
Look like
you're looking pretty cute there, boy. The OI boy.
The OI boy.
Yeah.
The OI man.
Looking all snuggly.
How old is this thing? It's probably 10 years old. 15? Jeez. Still feels
almost old as you.
Nah, I'm ancient.
You look like a little boy.
Me?
Yeah. Nah. Little whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper.
Yeah. You got a glow to you tonight. What's going on? You find the fountain of youth?
It's just, I found the glow like Leroy did in The Last Dragon. Was that his name, Leroy?
JYD.
No.
What?
No, you're being silly.
I've got a new school logo here. No, we've had this logo for quite a while.
Yeah. We've had
I think we should get matching tattoos with that. Mm-hmm. With all the in your head logos, like a sleeve.
And then I also have this, and I've probably used it for every bit of 15 years.
I have it for a long time, but I don't have mine anymore. It finally broke. I think I dropped it one day and it broke.
Look at it. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's still working.
Still working. I can't put my drink on it.
Recently, the website, actually, was Without Your Head, was hacked.
Hacked?
Yeah, so when people were going to Without Your Head, it was bringing them to some website that was selling you shady dick pills.
Shady dick pills?
Like knockoff Viagra.
Knockoff Viagra's? Yeah. Dang, what the hell? Can't we prosecute somebody for that?
I don't know. You think so?
We could.
Some China site.
Some China. Oh well, if they're in China, they can just do whatever
they want. You can do whatever you want. Yep.
Yeah, they just have their way with us, I guess.
Chi-Town Matt brought it to my attention because for some reason my worked fine for me, worked fine for Tyler. So I'm not sure why we were immune. Maybe just because our dicks are so big anyway. They're like, there's no need to, these guys don't need that.
Yeah. Maybe.
I get a lot of ball washing ads on Facebook. All my ads are for like wacky Hawaiian shirts, which I get, coffee I get, and ball washing products. So I don't know if it's saying like I need to start, washing the balls.
Oh.
As in my nuts, maybe. My testicles, my scrotum. Not like to wash your baseballs or golf balls, basketballs, footballs, soccer balls, tennis balls.
Well, are you sure? They could be for that. Have you
Yeah,
looked it
I've clicked
over and made
it.
sure?
Yeah, I clicked it. I clicked it because, well, you know what? I didn't really click it, but I assumed it was for balls, like your ball sack. Would be something. It's like, get your balls clean. I was like, what the hell I think? And I click on it just to wash your golf balls.
Yeah. Does the companies that produce like the ball washing machine for golf balls, do they advertise at all, or do they just?
I don't know. Do they have to tell you now? Don't put your nuts in this, because like people
Probably.
could glue in their head, and then you like they're getting money.
Uh-huh.
Does it specifically say not to put this all over my head? Does it specifically say don't put your testicles in here? You can't
Yeah.
list every possible thing you can't do on something. It's impossible.
You can't do that on television.
You can't, like, so you glue, it doesn't specifically say don't put it on your head and your hair. It doesn't say don't gargle it.
Mhm.
Don't glue your butthole shut with it. Don't wash your eyeballs. I mean, you would have to list everything possible, possibly known to man, and you can't do that.
No, it's impossible.
You just gotta write, don't be a shit. Don't be a dumbass.
Essentially, yes. That's what you have to do.
But then they'd be like, well, that's offensive to dumbass.
They probably could come up with some legal jargon like within reason, do not use this for anything that would be unreasonable or something.
I agree. I was called racist because I thought the person who put the glue in their head was dumb.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is that like a common thing nowadays? Like for women of that race to be using glue in their hair? No. Okay.
I think it was. I won't go into it, but it's just stupid. But that's old news. We're into new news.
New.
Unfortunately, Jim Crockett Jr. Is in hospice care, which that's end of life care. So,
oh no,
unless there's some type of miracle or something, looks like he's on his way out. It's very sad.
ew, that's sad news. I didn't know about that. So
yeah, I just saw it today.
So that would be like Jackie's older brother or younger brother?
I'm not sure if it's older or younger, but his brother.
I think Jackie's the oldest, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that. He kind of strikes me as being like the older one, but
I gotta find the shirts Jackie Crockett sent me. I've got a bunch of. I found the picture the other day. It was like so many years since he sent them. And at the time they were too small, but they're too big now. But at least that they would fit. I would think it'd be cool to wear in the show anyway if they're a little big.
Galgo13, this is a little off topic, but he says here in the chat, he goes, the Podfather might be behind this hack. Did he hire China to do it? Who knows? Probably not, but
who the hell's Black China? You see these ads? I see these ads. It's like for this new reality show about Black China, and I'm like, who the fuck is Black China?
I don't know who that is.
And then I said this I cleaned it up on Facebook, and they're like, oh, she dated a Kardashian. And I'm like, so then she gets her own reality show?
Who? Yeah, I don't know her. Black China.
Tyler's saying Incher was always polite.
Tyler S.
Yeah, I don't know what that's in reference to. I mean, he obviously doesn't know you too well.
Come on now.
What?
For the most part, I'm polite to everyone.
Not me. You're always bitching at me.
Well, you kind of deserve it a lot.
Never. I'm the most honest man in podcasting. I've also been told I'm the nicest man in podcasting, the friendliest man in podcasting.
Do these people really know you?
Yeah. This woman Ashley on Facebook today, she said I was a great guy. So I think Ashley obviously knows.
Ashley, was this the same Ashley that voted against me and banned me?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Voted against myself and Prez. Let's not leave Prez out of this. Does Prez have the same rage that I carry? I don't know, but she did vote against myself and Prez, and that
it is you got to admit though, looking back at it now, it's pretty awesome. Eventually, you got to look back and just think this is just pretty sweet.
No, not really. Even looking back, I don't think it makes me happy. I mean, why would you think it's awesome?
It's funny that you go out of your way and ask her to vote for you, and then she votes for me and blocks you. I think that's got to be funny. I mean, that's funny to me. I would find that funny if it happened to me.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. I think it's funny.
You
I won't
get
say who, but there was someone famous podcaster out there was messaging me about his near death experiences,
yeah.
and so I started to share mine because I thought, man, that's why he's messaging me because we share something. You know what I'm saying? And then he just starts telling me to go to his Patreon. And I was like, that's funny to me.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of messed up if you think about it.
He wants your money.
Yeah, I know. But then I just stopped replying.
Did you tell him to go to your Patreon? He can go to my Patreon.
I do have a Patreon, but I've never made it public. I always thought you'd get mad or something. Hello?
I'm just reading. I don't know what this comment means. Incher got something wrong. Caller me surprised. What did I get wrong?
I guess Jackie is not the oldest. He was born.
Oh, okay. I was just guessing. He kind of struck me as the older one, but sorry, I'm in the middle of podcasting. You want me to stop and start Googling stuff? I mean, really?
Vince Rudo's like Black China was famous with the young kids. Of course, you don't know who she is, but I at least know how to spell her name. He misspelled the name. There's no K in it. It's BLAC. Boom! Who's the boomer now, bitch?
Served. High five, Jack. Ha 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 ha.
Booyakasa.
Take that, chat room. Or whoever said that in the who was it?
Big news. The wrestling world, they're throwing babies in the air. They're all happy. New world champion in the WWE.
That is true. New world champion. With the Miz, or is it
no Miz? So Miz won it from Drew McIntyre. Then Miz lost it last night on Raw to the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley?
That does not excite me in the least. But the internet is just like they're ecstatic.
I was not aware of this. I didn't know Bobby Lashley won the title, but yeah, they were booking like a match for. I didn't expect him to win.
A lot of title changes there.
Yeah, I thought they were going to like run with Miz for a little bit and let him have a.
Nice I personally would rather see a Miz run.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Bobby Lashley fan, but I will say the internet seems very excited. I did not know Bobby Lashley was a big internet guy. I always thought he was the kind of a guy they didn't like. But
well, I mean, the Hurt business is like one of the best things they're doing on Monday.
It is. When the clips and stuff. I haven't watched the shows, but when I watch the pay-per-views, I do like. Yeah. I like MVP and I like the group. So I mean, I'm still not gonna watch it, but I don't know. It doesn't really make any difference to me. I'm not like thinking, man, I got to tune in now, but
yeah, well, good for Bobby Lashley.
This is Brian Clutters right here, your boy Bobby. I heard he was actually good in TNA Lashley. That's all I always heard. He left, and everybody's like telling me he's fantastic now, and he comes back, and I was like, he's still the same Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Well, give him a chance, I guess. I mean, he is in a good feud right now. A good stable with the Hurt business. So
I think MVP hurt his leg or something.
Yeah, he's been walking around on a crutch, so he's been having issues. But
there was also other big news that the internet was excited about was I think it was MVP said bullshit on Raw, and I saw people were like really thrilled about this, and I was like, who cares?
They say pretty bad things on AEW. Like, I mean, they use language like that. I mean, but like WWE, yeah, bullshit. I mean, The
It
crowd
doesn't
used to
make the
chant.
show good. Someone's saying bullshit.
Yeah, the crowd used to chant it. So it's like, I don't get that.
No, they're just they're hoping that it's weird because a lot of the internet that they're always wanting the show to become attitude era, so they want them to
Yeah.
swear and stuff. But then today I also saw people that are up in arms about they are worried that Raw is becoming satanic
With the
because
Alexa Bliss stuff, where she was like in the middle of a pentagram, or it was a shape kind of like a pentagram if it wasn't a star. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
I
It was
mean
a.
these are grown people watching this.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like praying for their souls, like because they think they're watching something satanic. This makes you think these are a bunch of like nuts.
Well, I could see like maybe not wanting my kids being subjected to like
You're watching a
some of this
show with
imagery.
people beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but they were kind of like WWE was really going after like the young crowd for a good while
They
now.
say that, but it's like the oldest crowd that's ever watched the show.
I know.
Median age was like 50.
So what's the matter with us?
I don't watch it.
You watch the pay-per-views because you're
Yeah, for the
forced
show,
to.
I don't watch Raw.
You're forced to.
Pretty much. I'll be honest. With the last bunch of pay-per-views, I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
So they won't call it a crucifix. They call it a crucix.
Yeah, I heard that. That's weird. I didn't catch the reference on Raw whenever I was watching it because I was trying to listen for it, but I just missed it. So, but I heard that's what's going down there.
When I was a kid, the big satanic panic was big, and then like for years you look back at it and think, what a bunch of buffoons. And now like satanic panic is back again.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think we've gone back in time. America's a bunch of buffoons. They're afraid of the devil and a bunch of bullshit.
Well,
bunch of fucking buffoons is what I'm saying. They're living like in the dark ages. It's like the 1200s or something. The devil's gonna come get us.
Maybe
Hogo did not realize Lashley was never a WWE champ before.
He was an ECW champ. He's never held the actual WWE or Raw or SmackDown title, whatever they're called, on those shows. Yeah, I remember him being an ECW champ though. So, because he had that big silver belt that had ECW on it when they brought that back. But yeah, good on Lashley. Glad he's got the belt, I guess. I'm kind of like you though. I think I would have rather seen the Miz get a good run again.
I'm a fan of the Miz. I think he's a good heel. He's a heel you actually want to see get beat up.
He's been consistent too. I mean, he's been consistently at this level, and I think it would be nice if they give him another shot. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, they do that a lot in WWE. People just stay at this one level forever. And then like you get used to them that level, and it's hard to take them like more serious. It's just they're just there. Yeah, and I think that's one of the big problems with WWE as a whole, though. A lot of the guys are just consistently there. Like Randy Orton's always the main eventer. Jeff Hardy's always the same. Miz always, and they've been there for like 20, like some almost 20 years.
And Miz, I mean, isn't his show a pretty big hit for USA? And
it was. I don't know if it is anymore.
If it's still getting ratings or not.
I don't know if it's even on, is it?
Yeah, it's still on. I've seen advertisements that they're doing a new season. So I could see him like, it's like you would think the natural thing would be like, well, let's push the Miz a little bit if he's got like this big hit show. And one thing that just totally got swept under the radar with WWE, I mean, they did not mention Sasha Banks being on The Mandalorian at all.
Yeah, it's really weird because when I binge watched, I actually thought she was pretty good on it too. I thought she fit in. She plays a good, like, athletic, she's believable in the role.
I
thought she was better actor than Gina.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought she was a really bad actor. That first episode
really?
she was in was very Xena-esque. I did
Ooh.
not enjoy that. There was a couple episodes there I was a little shaky about, but yeah,
Mhm.
then I was really into it.
Yeah, Xena wasn't exactly known for their fine acting ability.
No, that's not my kind of deal.
There was a lot of those weird shows like Xena and then Hercules, and it was just like, why are they making these? I always wondered that. Like, does
I always
people
wondered
actually
who
watch them?
watched them, but I guess they had a big following.
Yeah, I guess so. I know Sam Raimi was behind a lot of it. Like,
It's
eh,
really not kind of stuff I'm into, and I'm not
yeah,
saying that. I mean, that's just my personal taste, but apparently somebody's into it.
I guess so. That was kind of like on the same level as Power Rangers with me. It was just
I
like
agree.
I'm not interested.
It's just too
100%.
goofy and yeah,
And it just looked cheap. Like it looked so
cheap
cheap
and
when you
cheap.
watch
Well,
it. Yeah.
I guess that people like that campiness. It didn't appeal to me, but
And like Kevin Sorbo's, he's a dude. He's in good shape, but he's no Hercules. I mean, what the hell? Like, I mean, you got to have big arms to be Hercules. I would say.
yeah. And now he's he's going to be making a comeback with the Ben Shapiro films.
Kevin Sorbo, he's
Yeah, a bunch of really great actors involved.
oh, huh. I did not know that name.
Him and Chachi.
Just Kevin Sorbo and Chachi. That's
Yeah.
all they got so far.
Gina. It's really a bunch of schmucks.
Well, it's weird that everything's getting divided like this nowadays. It's strange. I don't know why people can't just agree to disagree and just go on with their life.
Well, it depends on what I think it would be, but um,
So you don't want to agree to just to
it
disagree.
would. I mean, I think that that is a blanket statement's kind of silly. I mean, it would depend. That would be like I don't want to always compare stuff to Nazi Germany because I think that goes overboard. But you couldn't be like, well, let's just agree to disagree with them.
I'm more talking about like just the world overall right now. I wasn't necessarily talking about that
Well, that's
situation.
what I'm saying. It really depends what you're saying. I don't think you could just say we agree to disagree on everything. It depends on what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Tyler says that Intra's looking really gangster tonight.
Let's make an OIB sign. Let's be like OI. I can't make a B. I can't make an OIB sign or IYH.
We'll talk. You know what? I saw a lot of people, losing their shit over the Observer Awards. Like they're just, their mind. But honestly, they were pretty much in exactly how I view wrestling. So they were fine. I mean, they were pretty much like the Headies. It was all AEW stuff for the most part. So
Yeah,
I had no issue with them at all, honestly.
Well, was there any particular category that people were upset with, or
I'd have to go. Oh yeah, people were really upset. Well, I mean, it depends what you're talking about, but like obviously Cornette was losing his mind that Tony Khan won Best Booker for AEW, but I
yeah,
mean, it's the show I like the best.
yeah? I mean, if I had to pick the best booker nowadays, I mean,
Well,
yeah,
that's what it was for. It's not of all time; it was of this year.
yeah. So yeah, that would be hard for me to be like say anybody else than Tony Khan because that's been the best show. I mean, who would you say other than him? I mean,
I wouldn't. I mean, honestly, there'd be nothing else I would think of. Somebody said the Ring of, but I don't watch Ring of Honor, so I don't know.
yeah,
But even I mean, if you like it, it's cool. But like, you can't even pretend like it's got a big buzz anymore currently. You know what I mean?
I haven't watched Ring of Honor in a long, long time, and I'm not sure what they're doing on that program, but I'm amazed they're still around. Honestly, with no crowds and everything else, it's like I guess St. Clair's just keeping them afloat. So
The Lou Thez Award, which is the rest of the your award, John Moxley. I'm fine with that. I think I picked him this year. MMA, I mean, I don't really know, but Khabib, some Khabib dude got one. I don't know his name. Most outstanding wrestler. So it's like the best in the ring. Kenny Omega. I'm fine with that. Most outstanding fighter. Again, I don't care about that. Tag team of the year was the Young Bucks. Again, makes sense to me. Best interview was Eddie Kingston. I think he won in our awards too. Yeah. Promotion of the year, AEW. Best weekly TV show.
Yep. I wonder if this is you or if it's me. Oh, you there? There you are.
I'm here, yeah.
You cut out there for a second on my end. So I'm not sure if it's you or me.
You're paused for me.
Oh.
Excellent condition.
I didn't hear what you just last said because my feed just came back in. So, but
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
All right. Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus Young Bucks was a match of the year. I think I picked that. Dynamite was show of the year.
I mean,
honestly, that was one of the best tag team matches I ever saw. I was at that show live. It was awesome. The Omega Adam Page versus the Bucks match.
I just wonder what they were proposed like in place of some of these candidates. I mean,
right? They just were mad AEW won, but they didn't really offer something else.
Yeah, I mean, what would you offer up other than what's been?
Yeah, what tag team should win, if not?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Was there really a tag team in WWE that was even pushed like to do anything? He probably would have said FTW, but I mean, I wouldn't even mind if they won, but I think Young Bucks had a great year.
Yeah.
And they're, top of the card and had some really good matches.
Yeah, I can't think of any WWE acts that's been like really big.
If they have Roman Reigns as wrestler or something, that's fine, or promo. But for like tag team, I don't really think any. I can't even think of any teams that are really I guess the Usos, but they weren't. They were more pushed to singles this year, weren't they?
Well, Jay's been wrestling and Jimmy's been hurt most of the year.
Yeah, maybe someone in NXT. I don't watch NXT, but again, I don't think it's like something to lose your mind about.
Yeah. I mean, if they can produce like some sort of candidates that I think it's like arguable that they could be, in the wrestling awards, but I doubt they can even produce anybody who would even make a strong candidate.
Women's and the women's was a WWE wrestler, Bayley.
Oh, okay.
Feud of the year, Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. I don't know, because that didn't really last. I mean, I thought their promos were great. I actually really liked the matches, but I don't know if it really lasted long. But again, I don't know really who had like a really standout feud either.
I would say Adam Page and Kenny Omega.
But they never really had the blow-off match, did they?
Not yet, no. I think they're still trying to build up towards
that, I don't think.
But
Britt Baker, most improved. That works for me. Most charismatic, MJF. I'm good with that. Best technical wrestler, you probably don't agree with this one, Zack Saber Jr., but he's won every year now since 2014.
Every year?
He's won 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I mean, I just don't enjoy his matches. I think like they're not very believable.
I've never seen him, but I know my brother loves him.
Yeah, he just does all these like submissions and stuff, and it's just like, give me a break, dude, with all this shit. And like, it doesn't look like a guy who could lock a move in and actually keep it on somebody. I mean, he's a very small man. I mean, I don't think
I've
he
not
could like
seen Subtle.
restrain anybody, to be honest with you.
I'd like to see him just whip you around a little bit. That'd be funny.
Well, of course, you want anybody. You want the
No,
milkman
but
just to walk in and
I'm
beat
just
you
saying it would
down.
be funny. You're like
You
this guy.
you
Looks
would
like a
you
kid.
wanted the FedEx dude to beat me up. You want anybody to beat me.
Not like not seriously.
Well, how are they going to beat me up? They're going to beat me up for just laughs. I mean,
Yeah,
this
he
doesn't
could.
work
I
in
mean,
the
he just like tie you up in knots and like and just kind of laugh, and you'd be like, "Ah, let me out of this." And he
You
just
see,
be,
this is what I'm talking about. I mean, we can just agree to disagree here, Jack. I mean,
why? It'd just be funny. I haven't seen the
but
guy.
you want to see physical harm being
Yeah,
taken
no,
to
no, I don't
in
want him
a
to hurt
comical
you. I don't want him to
way.
hurt you. Just like humiliate you.
Just humiliate me. Why? What's the matter with you? I mean, honestly, what's the matter with you?
You don't think that'd be funny?
No. What?
I mean, just when you're saying like he doesn't look like he.
Why do you have this insatiable lust to see me humiliated at all
No,
times?
no.
Like,
It wouldn't even be
do
you.
you not think there's something psychologically wrong with you for wanting this for
If
so
anyone
long?
said that this guy looks like he couldn't do anything to somebody, it would be funny to me. Then he would go and just start wrapping him up and putting him in moves.
That's not what.
Yeah, that's funny.
He really doesn't. I mean, he's look him up.
That's
I
like
mean,
if there's like a guy who's just obsessed with picking out spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes on the internet, and then they themselves make terrible grammar mistakes. That's funny to me.
but I mean, he does not look like a powerful person.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen the guy or watched.
I mean, he's very. I mean, like, there's not much of a build there from the last time I seen him. I don't know if he has a build currently, but I mean, and he's just constantly with this stuff. Like, I'm cutting out again.
Hey, we're back.
Oh, is this me or you? Which one? Who's screwing
I'm
up?
pretty sure it's me because my whole thing went out. But it's weird because on the studio it says it's excellent condition.
Huh. Yeah, I don't get it. Like I was having issues last week and the week before that. My power was out, but this week I haven't really been noticing too much.
I haven't either. Actually, I've had a good connection, and I've done a few different. I've recorded a few interviews and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, Zack Saber Jr. I mean, I haven't seen him recently. I mean, this is a year or two ago when I actually watched some of his matches. But I remember him, like, everybody was making, like, these big run-ins and stuff. And he runs in and, like, he puts a submission hold on somebody. And it's like, this just seems stupid to me. So, I'm not a fan of the man. I mean, and if people, I understand your brother is a fan of him. That's fine. He can like him, but
the whole wrestling observer
like
audience loves the guy. They're huge marks.
Yeah,
he's won for 6 years.
6 years. Best technical wrestler. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the gimmick. I mean, they're kind of like markish for believing, like, oh, he's the best technical wrestler.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's wrestling, though. Wrestling is not real.
I know it's not real, but can they not evaluate that somebody else does moves very well, and it's not like they're a freaking gimmick? I mean, that's his whole gimmick. That's all he's known for is I come in and I do submissions. Like every single move he does, he's like, oh, I'm tying you up in a pretzel now.
Why is that unbelievable, though? Someone doing a lot of submissions.
Because he's like this little guy who's got arms that are like that. And it's like he's not restraining these people. There's no way you could. This person.
What if
couldn't
you found
power
out all
of
his
it.
matches were shoots?
His matches are not shoots, Jack.
I've heard they might be.
Okay, I would bet everything I own on that. Everything I own.
And Zack Sabers are be coming in and taking your gremlin there.
Well, I'd like to see him try, and then I'll restrain him and just hold him on the floor and be like, "Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself, Zack Saber Jr.?" And then I'll shatter all these little marks' perception of him just because he has a character on TV. I'm not marking out and being like, "Oh, he's the best technical wrestler ever," because he does submission holds on every move he does.
But all the wrestlers are gimmicks.
I know they're all gimmicks, but I'm saying the fans are voting for him, and they believe in like the shit that they're selling it. It's not.
He must be believable.
It's not believable.
He must be the most believable wrestler out there.
You're just disagreeing with me because you
He's
want to
won this award for 7 years in a row.
This is like every argument between me and you anymore. You're like,
it's not me. I'm saying the Wrestling Observer fan.
Oh, well, Dave Meltzer's just right about everything.
Wrestler for 7 years.
He's right about everything. Yeah, just write it in your book. Dave Meltzer, #1, right about everything.
I don't even read the Observer.
Yes, you do. You love it. You eat it up. I bet you watch Hannibal's reviews of it.
No, I do not. I would definitely not watch that. You're the Hannibal guy. You're the big Hannibal, Mark.
I'm not making fun of him. I just think it's funny that, like, when the Observer comes out, he's like, "Well, let's review the Observer right now." Yeah, and he just basically reads it. So
that's really what most the.
Hello. I hope I'm not live because I don't know how I would be live without Jack. If I am live, tell me that I'm live, chat room. So this is strange. They just put a gag order on Jack. Save a censure. I can't do nothing. I don't know how to host Zoom. He needs to unplug his router and plug it back in. Jack is awesome with these freezing tricks. He does it. How does he do it? Where's Stevie T? You are live. I'm seriously? Like, he's the host of this show. And how am I alive? Do it live. Okay. I don't know how this is working. I was just waiting for him to come back and we could continue our conversations about Zack Saber Jr. But, like, if anybody wanted to call in right now, I don't know how I would even do that. Maybe it's just because I'm a member of the meeting, but I'm confused. Maybe I need to go to the old cell phone and see what's going on here. Oh, he says, WTF, you doing? He's saying, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not doing nothing, Jack. I'm just sitting here waiting. Maybe I should leave the conversation. My Zoom isn't working. Not sure how he's live. I don't know how I'm live either. Call in, Jack, and add yourself, I guess. Should I hang up? I don't understand this. This is strange. I mean, I don't even think we're recording this, are we? Maybe Swax finally took Jack out. No, Jonathan Jackson. I don't believe that happened. Swax did not. Okay. It says Stephen Butler. Okay. Add Stephen Butler. Now I'm adding Stephen Butler. How'd I do that? How am I the host now? I don't understand this. I hacked Jack, I guess. I don't know. What the hell? Steven? Can people see Steven? Call in, Jack, and I'll add you, I guess. I don't know. This is strange.
Well,
yeah.
Well, let's have an all hoodie edition of In Your Head.
Mm-hmm. You got to put the hood up.
Yeah.
You're looking gangster, Steven.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's Lexar. Lexar's calling in. Let's see if we can add Lexar.
There he is. Lexar, you need a hoodie.
Here's Jack. He's finally coming.
Has a hoodie.
Really weird because it's like my Zoom is completely out, but it somehow still is going live. I don't know how, but
I have no idea. That's beyond me. I guess is it just linked to YouTube or something?
Yeah, but you think when I'm hosting it, when it's gone, it would just totally close.
I would think. Yeah.
Pretty wild, I guess. But hey, that's pretty cool though.
Maybe Zack Saber Jr. put a stranglehold on our program or something. I don't know. He's like, you think I'm powerless? I'll show you my powers.
Man, he's gonna be whooping your ass.
But if that was the case, though, he'd get rid of me and not you. I would say, because you're kind of agreeing with him.
Maybe he wants to leave you there. He's like, I'm gonna take Jack out because that's his protection, and then I'm gonna get in there and get insured by himself.
Oh, he's trying to get me alone. I see. But what if it's the other way around? What if the man was like, all right, I'm going to challenge you to a fight, and I just get up and I beat the shit out of him? What would you do then?
That would be pretty cool, too.
You would be upset, wouldn't you? Like a little...
I'd be like, oh, man, that's not as funny. Well, not if he challenged you. If he challenged you and you beat him up, that would be funny. But if you're calling him out that he doesn't look strong, and then he just whoops your ass, that's funny.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying?
But yeah, you've come on the show and you've said like this person doesn't look believable. Why are you allowed to do that? I'm not.
I'm not saying you're not allowed to. You're actually allowed to because you're doing it. But
so the next person,
if I said about somebody and they beat me up, I would think that's funny.
Well, okay, you're saying Lashley shouldn't be the champion.
I've never said he doesn't look strong or anything. I just don't think
maybe Lashley should come in here and he should walk down that basement and watch himself on those dangerous.
He would have to come down here and show that he's entertaining. I didn't say he doesn't look like he could beat someone up.
What if he came down and he entertained you like nobody else?
I'd be like, hell yeah, why don't you do that on TV instead of being so boring?
I would love to see your face, though. I'd love to see him, like, prove you wrong.
All right. I'd like to see that, too. Prove me wrong. Do it.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Look at this.
What happened to Steven? Oh, I thought he was just like a pile of clothes there for a minute. No, how come everyone's got hoods on tonight?
Steven just
like a hoodie club
with me.
Where's your hoodie, Lexar? Are you allowed to wear hoodies, or do they think you're in a gang or something where you are?
Well, from where I live, it's a large city, but yes, there are dozens and dozens of gangs.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in gangs.
And the shirt that you're wearing, they probably think you're in one. The color of your shirt.
I've seen that movie, The Warriors, so... Yeah.
Warriors come out to play. I like that dude. Gogo says Shane McMahon always looks like he's about to have a heart attack. Yeah, he's always red. Was he on the show today this week?
He was on last week. I know that. He kind of helped set up like the match between The Miz and Bobby Lashley, and then they had a match between Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman.
Vince Rudo says no mention of the Big Show.
Well, we were getting to that. We were having technical difficulties. We also haven't mentioned Big Cass making his return to professional wrestling.
I'm a big fan of Enzo.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not really a big Cass guy, but yeah, I like a comeback story. So if he gets himself clean, he looks in good shape.
Yeah, he looks in real good shape. Better than what he ever was in WWE.
Is someone out there, I would give these guys a shot.
Mm-hmm.
They probably won't, but Enzo, for me, one of the best talkers in the biz. Some of them got loads of charisma out the wazoo. Bring him on.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Bring
him in as a heel. He's going to be super. He's going to get all the heat from all the smart marks.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Definitely. I like it. See, so that kind of goes into what I'm saying, Incher. I'd find, I like the guy who's out there and getting people all mad. I like to see people mad. It's fun.
It can be fun at times, yes. Did we lose him again? I think we did.
Yes.
This is odd.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, anyways,
so does this happen after you turn 45?
I'm 40 right now, so I'm not 45 quite yet.
No, that's what happens with Jackie Jones after he just turned 45. He's going to lose every time.
No. I think he'll be back here shortly, but this is just strange that we can continue with this conversation whenever the host leaves. Back in the Skype days, this would never happen. But Steven, I know you're probably excited for Bobby Lashley getting the WWE belt. Now he's going to get a is he going to be WrestleMania? Who's going to take him on at WrestleMania?
So that's the big question is, is Vince going to shell out millions and millions of dollars for Brock Lesnar? Is it going to be Drew McIntyre? Will it be The Miz or any combination of those four or three taking on Lashley? But I think I'd want to see Lashley keep the belt until Mania. I don't want to see him like The Miz just hold it for a couple of weeks or a month or anything. I'd like to see him established as like a main event top guy and with MVP as his manager mouthpiece.
Yeah.
They're finally, this is long overdue, probably more than a decade overdue. And Jack said he's not a big fan of Bobby Lashley, but I'm enjoying him. I'm liking it, that it's somebody different. It's not just same old,
Golgo 13 in the chat room. He says I hope it is Lesnar at WrestleMania, but I don't see Vince wanting to shell out that kind of money for Lesnar right now. But you never know, maybe.
Well, I'm just happy that this has been 2 years in a row. Like, remember, we were waiting for a decade for this to happen when we were waiting for Drew to get the opportunity, which we did last year. And we at last seen a star get built up for this year. Bobby Lashley after Drew last year. So I'm going to see how exciting this is going to be. But
so you think Drew McIntyre is going to take on Lashley for the belt?
Well, that's what I'm kind of hoping, though. But I know for sure it ain't going to. It's far too late. I know a lot of people are going to say with Brock and Bobby Lashley how long it took for him to get the belt.
Lexar, is this getting you going? Bobby Lashley with the belt? What are your feelings on it?
I'm intrigued because Lashley, it's been a long time since Lashley became has a WWE championship match. I think the last time he had a championship match was in 2007 against John Cena.
Oh yeah.
To go all that way. Yeah, of course, he's been world champion before. He's been Impact champion. I'm not sure if he's been a Bellator world champion since he fought in MMA. But yes, Happy is WWE champion,
Mhm.
and some of the Miz haters are happy that Miz doesn't have the WWE title anymore. So angry Miz girl is probably happy Miz girl.
Yeah, I kind of think she probably got out of that. She probably doesn't like hate the Miz as bad as she did back then. But it would be pretty awesome if she did. Like anytime she sees the Miz, she's just
I don't know what she looks like now.
I don't
She's
know.
she's grown up a little bit more. I don't think there's been much of a change.
She's single.
And
In
Steven, by the way, we let all treat the way it went out because I felt this was a tease. For example, I didn't think most of us thought of.
Mhm.
First hour they did another rematch, and then the second hour they did another rematch. And do you think they did this all for the viewership every hour?
Mm.
Oh yeah, this was purely to build up to that, to get that rating for the very last segment. But speaking of that first hour, that Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Now I'm not a huge Sheamus fan, believe me, I'm not. But I was very impressed with that match against Drew McIntyre.
I agree with you.
I thought that pay-per-view quality match, entertaining even through all the breaks. I stayed with it, and I would give it. I'm not Dave Meltzer. I won't say 6 stars, 7 stars, but I'll give it a positive rating. I really enjoyed that match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched Monday Night Raw yet, but I'll have to check it out. So
Highly recommend you see that.
Mhm.
Go
Okay.
to the Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus match. It was very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
But
will
they
say,
did.
by the way, this really felt like a Mick Foley and Rock, by the way. And after 22 years with the Lumberjacks, that really felt like a DX moment all over again. The way that match, I've not seen even a Lumberjack that memorable, but this will be one of them that was memorable. As we know, it's been all these Java ones not bringing up these memorable Lumberjacks over the years. So this was kind of an interesting way to finish up Raw after 22 years. Remember with Rock and Mankind.
Well, I'm glad that they delivered with their match because they've been building that for a while. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. So
Yeah.
they've been kind of billing them as like being brothers because they travel together or something like that. I don't know, but this is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I don't like the way that they stalled the Lashley Miz championship match. Like they're supposed to wrestle in the 9 o'clock hour, then Miz like a stomach cramps or something backstage. He's trying to play off as getting stomach cramps when he doesn't.
What if he for real got stomach cramps?
No.
I'm not sure. It's probably playing it off. Then
Diarrhea.
then he's supposed to wrestle at 10 o'clock, and he like took the championship belt and ran away with it after
I like that.
Yeah.
That was great.
he took the championship belt and left, resulting in 10 count.
Resulting in
Yeah.
MVP yelling, "This is bullshit."
Yeah, they didn't believe it out. I like that.
Awesome. Well, the chat room's been talking about a Big Show joining AEW, and I think my personal feelings on this. I believe that Big Show is going to be kind of mixed in with the whole Shaquille O'Neal thing. I think that I think he's kind of itching for that match. It seemed like he wanted it to happen in WWE. I think it's going to happen in AEW. I think he wants to do some sort of program with Shaquille O'Neal.
So wasn't there like this?
You brought that up, by the way. I have to get Steven on this one because after what we saw last night, all right, Big Show's gone. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? Do you think they're gonna recopy 2000 all over again with Shane McMahon versus another giant like Braun Strowman now that he's gone?
I suppose it could happen. Maybe that they want to, because it seems like they don't want to fully pull the trigger on Braun. So I could see him kind of moving him into the Big Show slot, which is not a good slot that you would want to be in if you're Braun Strowman. Because
I can't see him dressing up as Pee Wee Herman or crying in the ring or doing any of those things that Show did.
Exactly.
That would be bad, but I could see WWE trying to have him in that role. So,
Well, his star has really fallen. I think.
Totally
I don't
agree.
know. Are they just like? I mean, is he prone to injury, or are his knees bad, or has anybody heard anything? Why? You know, I mean, he should be. I mean, he's exactly what Vince likes, a big, huge guy who's,
yeah,
but
I don't understand what they have against him. I mean, I and he has a lot of charisma from what you can see, and just they won't use him. I don't get it.
Big Show was supposed to stay and like fill out another contract. It's because of contracting issues. They used it for Legends Night, but then they're trying to renegotiate his
Negotiate.
contract. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But Big Show wants more money up front.
Yeah, didn't like Randy Orton run him off or something that night? He was like, "Just get out of here." Yeah, I remember seeing that, and that was like the last we seen a Big Show on WWE television. That's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That he's just being punked out by Randy Orton, and that's all we're going to see. And then he just goes to AEW. I, for one, like to see him be called the Giant once again. I would like to see him go back to that, but I know he probably doesn't want to be called that. But I think it would be funny just seeing the Giant on TNT all these years later. Could be good.
And on top of that, he's doing commentary with Tony Schiavone on another different version of Dark.
There he is.
Yeah.
Jackie, is this even recording? Are we good? I mean,
Yeah, it'll record right to YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking about that while you were gone, but
yeah, I won't have the recording on my computer, but it'll record to YouTube, and then I'll have to get it off YouTube after.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Which will mess up the, but I'm a little bit behind getting the podcast up anyway.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Big Show joining AEW? Paul White. Would you like to see him be called the Giant once again? I would.
But I'm a big AEW fan, but I can't think of like a more useless signing.
Yeah. I was thinking that he wanted to get mixed in with this whole Shaquille O'Neal thing. I think something's going to happen with that.
I never understood the fascination with that because you just cancel each other out. If you bring in,
I'd say Shaq's taller than him, isn't he?
Yeah, so then you expose that the Big Show's not as big as he is. I don't think the idea of matching the two giant guys against each other is really great. It's never a good match. In fact, I think it's what hurt Big Show all this time. There's a lot of times he's in with big guys because I saw people say, "Oh, in AEW they're all little guys." Yes, that would be better for him if Big Show was in his prime. To go to a place where it's all smaller guys, because then he stands out as a legit giant.
Yeah.
But at like 50 years old, I think the time is passed by, and he's been. When's the last? No, who's cared about Big Show in the last 20 years? Definitely not me.
I cared about him when he was being humiliated on WWE. I was.
See, you're yelling about me about humiliation, and here you're getting off on it.
No, I was sad that he was losing his strip malls and all that, and then WWE was like making him into a joke.
I think I think it like if you brought him in for a show or something, whatever. But someone you signed for like a lot, I think it's a worthless. I mean, it's just an old has-been from WWE that I couldn't care less about.
Well, didn't this all happen after it was 200 or so pounds he lost? Remember a few years ago when he dropped down?
Yeah, he did lose a ton of weight.
Yeah, but the guy, he's got a couple matches maybe left. Like, who cares? I think it's a bad pick. I think it's a bad use of money, waste of money.
How much are they paying him? Are they paying him a lot, or do you
a lot?
Huh?
I would assume he wouldn't go there unless they're paying him a lot of money.
I was telling John, the songman here, and Steven, which they've seen it, but the last we seen of Big Show on WWE television was Randy Orton kind of like punking him out, and that was like the last bit of footage.
They said he was mad about that. I understand Big Show going, because WWE didn't resign him. They offered him just a Legends deal.
So after all
I
these
understand he
years,
can
he
do it.
finally grows a nutsack and he
Yeah.
wants to leave
So
WWE.
he's not. He's probably for once he won't be kissing their ass.
Like-
that might be interesting.
Well, that's nice. I mean, they made him into like the New Year's baby, and he's out there dancing, and he doesn't care. And this is the thing that he's finally decided to get mad about.
Yeah, but back then he didn't have a billionaire that owned a wrestling company he could go to. He was like, "I'll go stay here and kiss
that
ass."
is true. That is true. So maybe he's reverting to his old self when he was kind of an asshole.
I'll say I saw people like, "Oh, he's not. He should be. How dare he go leave WWE? He should stay." Well, that's a bunch of bullshit because this idea that you should stay loyal to WWE when they're loyal to nobody. They just fired Jerry Briscoe last year. When they had record profits, the guy's been the company for decades, so they're loyal to nobody.
No,
that's like idiocy in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
But I don't think it's a wise pick. Again, hopefully they prove me wrong. We'll see. As Renee Mercedes, he posted, he hasn't cared about Big Show in years. Just like I agreed 100% when he said, but can AEW make me care? Because they have made me care about some other guys I didn't care about. We'll see. Maybe they'll surprise you, but I think his age and at this point, and he's really just seen as this, the WWE. I don't think it's a great.
But the Giant versus the Big Show, the Giant was way better than the Big Show.
Oh yeah, but that was 25 years ago.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I'm willing to give it a shot. I want to see something happen. I want something good to happen with this.
But I don't think it's a way. My gut instinct is I don't care, and I don't really see the benefit at all. I saw people say, "Oh, he's got all this wisdom and experience." Like they've got Arn Anderson and Jake Tully Blanchard, Jim Ross. They've got plenty of experience there.
Well, you never know. Give it a shot.
I guess, but my God, if I came out here and said, "Oh boy, I'm really looking forward to this," you can go and listen to every show that's ever happened in your head. And say, "Well, he's just an AEW mark because he's never cared about the Big Show." And now all of a sudden he's all excited. No, I'm not all excited. I've never cared about the guy. I don't care about him now. I liked him in WCW 1997.
Well, maybe he's getting back to it. It's like he's back on TNT, Jack. You never know. He could
Did he find the fountain of youth? Are they going to
have Hulk Hogan off of the Cold Bowl?
Are they going to have the Men in Black thing to come in and like take away my memory of the last 20 years of the Big Show?
You never know. You never know.
Fucking Big Show. And then I was like, I can't think of somebody I care about less. And I saw that Mark Henry's thinking about coming back. And I was like, they had to prove me wrong. That's probably a guy I care about. I care less. At least I did like Big Show one time back when he was the Giant. I've never cared about Mark Henry.
Well, he had a scooter on the last time we seen Mark Henry, and Randy Orton punked him out. And he said, "Now take your scooter and go down." Like he had like a scooter, like his leg was like popped up, and he was going.
To me, this is about as exciting as if they said they just signed Kane. I'd just be like,
well, Kane's got a series where he's going to look for his new his original mask and other wrestling relics, like what was the other thing? Andre the Giant's passport. That's what I heard, anyways. I read it somewhere that he's going to have like a show where he's like he's looking for these. Kane is. Was this a joke?
Kane has I think he's in EMA or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would think he would be busy with that, but I seen some posts saying that Kane was going to do a show where the first one's going to be where he gets like his original mask, his original Kane mask. Why are you shaking your head, Lex? All right, if you know this not to be true, then tell me it's not true.
Kane should be running for president in 2024.
Well, let's watch the chat room. They'll say if I'm wrong. You know Vince Rudo's looking it up right now. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I thought I saw this on the group.
You saw it in your dreams.
Saw it in my dream. I do not make up stuff. The things that I never made up anything. Everything I say is factual and 100% correct. And Jack did book sloth to be on Without Your Head, and he is going to be there one of these days, despite being dead.
You know what? I used to think maybe you're just losing your mind or something, but maybe Incher, maybe you're one of the Mandela guys. You're like flipping in and out of different realities.
Tyler S says it's true. The show
Lexar is
exists.
with me, aren't you, Lexar?
Incher is right. The show exists. Tyler S is saying this, but Vince Russo is saying that I got worked. So is it a fake news site or is it? I don't know. I just saw the article and I read a little bit of it and I said I'm on this other thing.
Tyler saying exists and Mark Rebel Games saying exists. They got your back, Incher. I don't agree with AEW being TNA all over.
What now? What do I make up? Huh? Am I making it all up? No, I'm not making it all up. Bam! Kane is going to get his original mask back, Jack. Booyah! In your face. Incher 100% correct.
Kane is going to look for the knife that stabbed Bruiser Brody. I'm having kind of suspicions about this.
They can't do that.
Is
That
this
would be
the
like an
Friday
evidence.
the 13th?
Well, no, it probably isn't because
This
it's
sounds
Puerto
like the old
Rico.
Friday the 13th series where people, it was like they had like
First
relics.
objects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Kane's a big fan of that series.
Shot in Toronto, by the way.
Sounds whacked.
Oh, the show exists. He's hunting relics, like wrestling relics. Like I read one of them was Andre's passport.
That's a relic, though.
I don't
Andre's
know.
passport.
I guess for wrestling lore, I guess maybe it's something. I don't know. They're making a show. They're trying to make it into something, I guess. Or like, what could they find on this show? Like, what would be good? Like maybe like. Wasn't the original WCW belt that Stan Hansen ran over? Was it missing?
That was
AWA.
AWA. Is it missing?
I don't know whatever happened to it, whether they recovered it or not.
I'm not sure if they have it or not.
Wasn't there pictures of Dusty had pictures of Baby Doll or something? You could get those.
She might not want that out. You never know.
Maybe he can find out. Well, this isn't really a relic. I was gonna say you can find out if Macho and Stephanie really did the wild thing.
Well, he would probably need a time machine or something for that.
Well, maybe is it what did a wrestler have a time machine? Jonathan Jackson. He's a good man. I like that dude. He's going places. Future rookie of the year, I predict it.
He's got the mask on and a hoodie.
Man.
And glasses.
You got to keep that social distancing.
There was a period of time here where you weren't allowed to wear a hoodie into a store.
Oh, I do it all the time now.
Oh, I do too. But I remember here there was a.
Yeah, it's kind of like because you can kind of hide your face a little bit and steal stuff.
Now you
out
got
with
the
it.
mask. I mean.
Yeah, now you have a mask on and everything. It makes you feel like a ninja or something. Don't you feel like a ninja right now?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Well, you got to have that shirt in the background there, Jonathan.
I love it.
What's the deal with that?
It's memorabilia. What do you mean?
Jonathan!
Hey, look at him. He's cheering the man on in humiliation right now.
This is wrestling.
Boop, 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 boop. This is wrestling. WV.
It doesn't matter.
WV.
The Kane Show exists.
Well, no,
I'm 100% correct. So
I just needed an IYH logo, so it's back
I
there.
love it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Jonathan Jackson.
I love it.
You have made my list.
Jackson.
No, no.
JJ, are you pumped? Are you pumped for as these Jay Brones for the big show and AEW? Or are you like me and could not give a shit?
Yeah, I don't give a damn. I barely watch wrestling anyway, so the big show is gonna make zero difference whether I watch AEW or not.
I'm kind of excited to see what happens because I'm glad that he's out from underneath the WWE umbrella where he was humiliated from day one. As soon as he walked
For
in the
20
door, they used him
Why didn't he do something
incorrectly.
for 24 years? He's like, finally grows a backbone.
Well, he finally did. So hopefully something good happens with it.
I think he's going to be a commentator on. I love AEW, but I've heard this 4 shows a week. No, too many. I don't want to watch 4 shows a week.
Where's this show going to be? Is it?
There's going to be dark on the YouTubes. I don't watch it anyway. AEW Dynamites, another show on TNT, I think, and then a second. So it'll be like 2 YouTube shows and 2 TNT shows.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on top.
2 stretching it. 4 is no. That's overkill.
Well, didn't we hear today that the NXT is moving to Tuesday?
Yeah,
I read
they're
that
trying.
too.
They've given up. They're like, we've lost the Wednesday Night War. No, let's see if we can lose to In Your Head.
Impact is on Tuesday nights too, so it'll be a triple threat match.
Boy, imagine if
who
they lost
talks
to
about
Impact. They'll probably just cancel NXT then.
That would be pretty awesome. We need to make a movement here and make Impact watched by everyone.
That would be pretty sweet, I think, if Impact beat any WWE product.
It's kind of like the whole buying the GameStop stock, you know? This is the movement. Everybody's got to watch Impact at television.
Yeah, you say
and
that,
make
but then
them
you
beat
never watched
NXT.
it in like 4 years.
I don't have the channel. So somebody needs to get the
Well, they
channel.
need to have it on a channel people can see.
No,
What is there,
it's
8
good where it
people
is.
Have this?
Nobody needs to see it. It's good where it is.
Do you have access, Jonathan Jackson?
How long are these?
I don't.
Isn't Dark like 4 hours?
I don't know. I've never.
It's
watched
on
the whole
YouTube, I
I've
think.
never
Yeah,
watched
you
it
know what?
either.
Now that I think about it, the first few episodes might have been about 4 hours, and that's what turned me off of it.
I think
Oh,
it
yeah.
got longer as went on because that's what
Yikes.
I saw people saying.
Well, the live showing that I was at, and they started recording the dark matches, I was like, yeah. The crowd died because it was like at the end of the show and everything.
But I'm saying if that's 4, and Dynamite's 2, and these other shows, what are they going to be, an hour each or maybe 2? This is like 8 to 10 hours of AEW. And then if you'd watch that, when you watch WWE, that's at least, 7 hours?
They're just trying to rival WWE with everything. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ. And then you watch Impact, it'd be another 2 hours. So you'd be like 20 something hours. That's if you just watch the base stuff. Like then if you were an imbecile, you started watching like 205 Live and good
Oh, no.
Lord. Your whole existence would just be like, oh man, I gotta get up and watch wrestling. And then you watch it and it's like, I gotta go to bed so I can get up to watch wrestling.
What a life.
Mhm.
That's what Lexar does all day. He's just all the time. He's just sleeping, getting up, watching wrestling.
Like, how much wrestling do you watch, Lexar? Like,
I actually have a job. So.
yeah.
So are you watching on your phone while you're working?
No, because we had to like fix houses and clean them.
But
Name
you admit
off-
if you didn't have a job, you'd still watch all wrestling all day, right?
Actually, I'll probably watch The View and a little bit of
Oh.
Real, but I did watch a Big East documentary
Uh-huh.
after work today. So yeah,
okay.
I didn't see it. So it was a good documentary.
I like
highlighting
Big E.
life
I
and
might
career.
check that out actually. That's Xavier Wood. We have Xavier Woods on the show now, so that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I would plug my YouTube channel, but no. Out of respect. No, I'm not
WWE
gonna
owns
do
it now.
That's right.
I think did
All
he
Elite
just close it? Does he
Scooby-Doo.
still do up, down, left, right, ABBA
He
start or
still
whatever
does
it's
it.
called?
He does, but
Yeah.
I think he was one of the first, and he asked WWE for permission anyway, so they didn't really care.
Hmm.
I know that that Insurance boy Bruce Pritchard, like he has it in his contract, he can do it, his show,
Oh, really? Okay.
but he can't talk about anything current. Tyler says Jack loves New Day. I do love New Day. I don't. That's not a secret. I'm a big fan of New Day.
But were you a fan of New Day when they started out? With
No. Good Lord, no. But I stand by those guys for taking a terrible lot in life and turning it on itself and saying, "Old man Vince here is like Dr. Seuss. We're gonna flip this around and we're gonna have fun with this." And they made it into something sweet.
Yeah. That's how they got to do a lot of things in WWE, though. It's like a lot of the big gimmicks. It's normally, like Austin, he had to like take it into his own hands and make it into something, and the New Day. I mean,
You know all about that, taking it into your own hands. I meant you built the incher. You built, this old power. Well, I gave you the power go, but you built the 1-inch biceps, like the name from the ground up. Yeah. Give the guy a compliment and he gets all pissed.
He wanted the KBX faction name.
Jeez.
That's what it was.
What? KBX?
That's what the New Day was going to be called. KBX.
KBX.
What did that stand for?
Their first names: Coffee, Big E, and Xavier. KBX.
Oh, that is so uncreative.
I know, right?
We're just gonna call you KBX for your first names.
It was that, or it was like a fresh coat of paint or something, and they were like, "No, hell no."
Fresh coat of paint.
Exactly.
I love it.
Just really horrible names for the New Day.
Well, you could use it for something. I don't know. Jackie Jones, fresh coat of paint. My new show.
Maybe for the new season. I need a new name.
Yeah. The fresh coat of paint, Jackie Jones.
No, I'm not digging it.
No, it's not good. It's bad.
I think the unhateable Jackie Jones works.
Dexter Jones.
Dexter Jones? Why? Like I'm a serial killer?
Well, you got
He became a lumberjack?
You got a painting of a serial killer behind your back, so.
Well, it's a fictional serial killer based on a real serial killer. That's Norman Bates.
Yeah.
He's not a real person.
Did you like the recreation of Psycho in 1998 with Vince Vaughn?
Nope. To do a shot-for-shot remake of an existing film shows no creativity, no art of any kind. You're taking someone else's art. Like, hey, I'm going to do this exactly like this guy did.
That's not true. If it's an all-female cast, then it's a work of art.
But it wasn't.
Oh, see, yep, that's the point.
If it wasn't all female cast, then a guy will be in the shower getting stabbed to death.
Oh yeah, you'd like to see that, wouldn't you? You'd like to see that ding dong flapping around.
Stabbed in the ass.
Woman dressed as her daddy. I mean, it could be done. Yeah, we got this. I got that for Christmas a few years ago. And this one over here no, that was for my birthday, and that was for whatever. But anyway, they're hand painted. They're pretty cool. Excellent. This Macho Man I got for my birthday this year.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Dig it.
Treacherous Trista Robinson gave me that for my birthday.
Excellent.
That and this Phantom of the Opera. Incher, he got me shit.
Nothing. Hey, how about what did you get me for my birthday?
I bought you socks, and then you never even thanked me.
That was for Christmas.
Yeah, but if you send someone something as a gift, and they send you nothing, and they never thank you, you don't follow up and send them something again.
Where do you get this? I never thanked you. I thanked you for that.
Yeah, after I begged for thanks. That
You
don't
probably
really
didn't even give me a chance to say, hey, thanks
yeah,
for
like
the
what,
bucks.
4 months later? I mean, the hell.
4 months later, I thanked you. I'm pretty sure I thanked you for those.
Not until I don't think you didn't even acknowledge that you got them until I brought it up.
I don't recall that. I
And
don't
you've
think I
never
did.
sent me anything since, so why would I send you something again?
Well, why you
Besides my love.
Why are you asking me for gifts then?
Because I
I-
sent you the last gift and you never sent one since then.
I know we had a conversation where I said, dude, don't send me stuff because money's kind of tight and I can't really afford.
Now
to
you're
spend
just making
Yes,
shit
we
up.
did. When you sent me the Omaha steaks, I was like, dude, I mean, this is too much. I can't do it. And now you're like, oh, well, he's this inconsiderate person.
Well, I mean, it's true.
Don't you remember that conversation taking place? Okay. You're not the most honest man because it did.
Why? I don't remember it. Doesn't mean I'm not honest.
I don't
If it
recall
did
not
happen, I don't
thanking you
remember
for
it
the
happening.
socks. The socks are right over there. I still have them.
Yeah, I know, but you brought them up like a year. It was like multiple years later.
That is just a lie. I did not. I'm pretty sure I thanked you for that.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I don't know 100%, but I would think I would say, hey, thanks for the socks.
You would think, exactly.
Mhm.
Even you know that it was the right thing to do, but you didn't do it.
Well, I don't know. Well, thanks for the socks. Better late than never.
I'd rather watch Pete Socks than watch something from Peacock.
Oh, he's not one to watch the Peacock. He doesn't.
Why? Because that's are you so homophobic that if something called Peacock, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna see a ding-a-ling. I can't watch it.
I think he was just trying to rhyme. I mean, you know, it's Songland. He's rhyme. He likes to rhyme things. Let's not cancel the song, man.
So I actually started watching New Japan Pro Wrestling.
You did. So you should know who Zack Saber Jr. is.
He hasn't been on a show I've watched. I've only watched
Okay.
like one show.
Well, I want your assessment of Zack Saber Jr. when you do see Zack Saber.
Well, my mom actually started watching New Japan and she liked it. So I watched some with her. She was digging it.
Cool.
She likes Switchblade.
Jay White.
Yep. She likes him, and then she likes a lot of the AEW guys, Lance Archer and John Moxley.
So that's what happened to Jay Wood after ROH. I always wondered.
Yeah, he went to New Japan and he's been working there ever since. So yeah.
Lexar said I look like a blood in this shirt.
Gangsta.
Songman, did we hear from Songman tonight? Did he say anything? What's in the mind of the Songman?
Well, I'm just gonna build up after the last week or so, knowing what's gonna be next for the Undisputed Era with Adam Cole. I'm just really curious where this is gonna go after Roderick Strong got taken out last week. I'm really curious where this is gonna go. Been excited. And I'm with you on what you said earlier. There was no big show because I believe this was even taped before we didn't know about it.
Right. So what's going on from the chief?
The tribal chief.
Yes, the tribal chief of In Your Head. Yeah. So did you guys last night? I thought they focused this on way too much. It was like this slow motion highlight of Asuka losing a tooth.
Oh, she lost a tooth.
When Shayna Baszler kicked her in the face.
Oh, really?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Which tooth was it?
What's that?
What tooth was it? Like her front tooth or like a...
You just see this thing. You see Shayna kicking her in slow motion, and then they isolated on the screen this thing sort of flying around. They were saying, that's a tooth. It was Asuka's tooth.
Well, I say this. If an accident happens and someone loses a tooth, an eye, an arm, whatever. Take advantage of it and run with it. So if she lost a tooth, it sucks, but why not take advantage of it? Be like, hell yeah, she lost a tooth. Why? If she lost a tooth anyway, it got kicked out of her head. It's not like if you don't mention it, it's suddenly going to grow back. So take advantage of it. It shows, well, she's tough. She got kicked in the face and her tooth got knocked out, but she still wrestled. And it shows this other woman's badass. She kicked her tooth right out of her head.
I think the same thing happened to Natty Neidhart a while ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she lost a tooth. And she kept on going.
They need Britt Baker on this Raw, fixing people's teeth.
Yeah.
You never know. They could steal her away from AEW and just make her somebody who works behind the scenes.
You ever lose a tooth doing the podcast, didn't you?
No, I don't think I have.
Podcasting so hard, you're just like, your teeth fly out.
No, it's never happened. I don't believe.
Yeah.
I think I'd remember that one.
I'd hope so.
I'd probably have brought it up on the show and like, use this for the podcast, Jack. My tooth fell out.
Anytime something like that happens, you should message me, so I should bring it up on the show. It'd be always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Or anything really embarrassing would be good too.
Oh, yeah. I'll get right on that.
One of these days, Inch is gonna wear dentures, and then he's gonna talk so loud his dentures will fly out.
Oh man!
Oh man!
Grandpa Inch over here.
Look at this $1 million smile. Do I need dentures right now? I don't think so.
They could be dentures now. I don't
Jack's older than me. Why won't he need dentures? Maybe his chompers will fall out.
Now they can put put them right in your face and screw them right in there into your jaw.
Ouch.
Badass.
Sounds pretty.
Well, you could use that guy, whatever his name was. Wasn't there a horror film called The Dentist?
Oh yeah.
5. Yeah, maybe you could just do that.
With not Baron Corbin.
Yeah. Then they had
I actually watched it recently. I watched it as a kid, but I rewatched it recently. It was better than I remember it actually.
Mr. Giggles.
Dr. Giggles? That's a good one.
Was it Dr. Giggles? Yeah, that was it.
We did in December, and Without Your Head, we said to the Doctors of December, and we did all horror movies around doctors, and we had all guests on. It was really fun. We were originally going to have the director of Dr. Giggles, but he ended up no showing.
Oh no, it wasn't Dr. Giggles. It was another one in 05. It was just The Dentist.
Yeah, I know that. We had the director of it on. He directed the
Oh, I didn't know he directed that one too.
Well, no, it's two different guys, but we had the director of The Dentist on. He also directed the sequels to the Reanimators. And he produced the first Reanimator. Brian knows no. Did From Beyond, a bunch of cool stuff. We're not here to talk about horror movies. We're here to talk about the wrestling.
Well,
It is wrestling.
Woo-hoo!
So,
Horror movie wrestling.
Did any of you guys watch SmackDown?
Before we get to that, I'm still thinking about dentists. Who's the better wrestling dentist? Dr. Britt Baker or Dr. Isaac Yankem?
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker. Because Lexar says she's hot.
And she could repair teeth, actually.
That's true.
Not like that.
Yankem was fake. He wasn't a shoot dentist.
Yeah, but he was like trying to carry out what his boss wanted, and he wanted a fake dentist, so that's what they got.
God
he was
damn,
more of a character.
You're always kissing up to the man here, and you got to Rage Against the Machine. Don't be all Big Show over here, huh?
He's pissed about his loyalty.
But that's unfortunate that happened to Asuka. And I mean, they showed it when the Miz, when he got one of his teeth kicked out, and he got it repaired. But I don't know. Just seeing like Asuka getting kicked in the face and seeing one of her teeth fly across the room, that I don't know if I really want to see that. But okay.
Why? You chicken?
I just feel bad for her. I'm like,
well, it's not like a moment you're supposed to be like, yeah, look at that tooth and start like jerking or something. You're just like, oh shit.
That's not the appropriate response. What?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. Golgo's saying you should take your dent when Incher gets dentures, he should take him out and give a good gumming on the corner. Damn, some dark stuff.
The hell, Golgo? Good lord, that's weird.
Oh.
What's the matter with our fans?
I like
Our
that guy. He's a
listeners.
good man. Heady original.
He is. He is.
By the way, someone in the chat, they told me to reset the modem, and I did. Knock on wood. This isn't wood at all, but things are looking good here. Not freezing up.
It's true. Good. Good.
All right. How about JJ? What's on your mind, pal, buddy, amigo, friend, compadre?
Nothing much. I mean, I've seen the stuff on Facebook about Bobby Lashley winning, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean,
That's how I felt.
it's a title switch. We haven't seen that in the past 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about as exciting as the Big Show coming into AEW for me. It's probably slightly better, I guess.
I don't think I've ever been
Doesn't get me
excited
interested.
like any other signings for AEW. It's like, hey, this person's coming. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. It's a wrestler.
None of those signings. None of them.
No, when Sting came out,
I was happy to see Sting.
I was like, oh, look, it's Sting. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. My love for wrestling is it's not as great as it used to be, just because I've been let down so much. So, when I see new people, I'm
You need
thinking,
to find your smile, but like right now you have no face at all.
yep, that's why I got the mask on, because
Exactly. That's
my wrestling smile just isn't there anymore.
Sin
represents.
Cara without a face.
You're clearly not in Texas. Texas, there's no mask mandates.
Oh yeah, no. I think even in Texas, I'd still wear the mask just to defy.
I was thinking these last 2 years, I've got a cold, nothing. I think I'm gonna keep wearing the mask after all this. I stay healthy.
I think so too. I'm just gonna keep pushing it. Just like, hey, no mask, no, I need it.
Don't make no difference to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear
say
it.
the same thing because this is the first year I haven't got the flu. I haven't gotten like any kind of sickness. I'm like, fuck it, I might as well just wear this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's second nature to me.
Yeah, it's not. Plus, I like people not breathing on me. Like, you're at the cashier. I don't want you spitting on me or
I agree.
I'm all set, man. Just keep your fucking mask on. I'm okay with it.
I agree. I know some friends of mine wanted me to go to Texas Frightmare. I know it's in September, but like I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know how I feel about going back to the convention scene. I guess we'll see eventually, but.
Yeah, I mean, I work in the convention scene, man. That's where I made my money. There's no way I'm going back for like at least a year. Even though I just got vaccinated, but I still have people around me that.
I mean, almost universally, every time I went to a convention, I'd get sick. I mean, everyone calls it the con crud, and that's when there wasn't anything. I was just people would always get. I bring all kinds of like, vitamin C and all this stuff, trying to avoid being sick, and always get sick. So. Yeah, you think of that going back right now doesn't sound like a good idea.
Are they vaccinating people like a younger age in Philadelphia?
Not where I am yet. My mom actually just today got her appointment for I think it's next week to get her first shot.
Well, Shaheen said he got his.
Yeah, I got my first one, but the way I got it was, both my parents work at the hospital. One.
Oh, okay.
And second of all, you can get on the list by getting almost like on a second list. So if they have cancellations.
Yeah,
they can get to you because they have to throw them out. So that's how I got it, because they had a bunch of cancellations and they were like, hey, if you get here in the next 30 minutes, we can get you vaccinated, but otherwise we're going to trash it.
They got you for the second one already?
Yeah, now that I got the first one, now
you have to get the second one.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Moderna or Pfizer?
No, I got the Pfizer one.
Yeah, I got Pfizer too.
I had no reaction at all either. I was
first one's not bad. The second one I had a pretty big reaction. So.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's what I heard, but I mean, that's fine.
It doesn't last long, but it might not affect you. Everybody's different. So.
Yeah, my girlfriend got it. She got sick for like a day.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be sick for a day than risk that shit, though.
Yeah, because I know everyone's always about the survival rate, but there's also like a lot of there can be like permanent damage and lingering
Right.
effects.
We don't even know much about it. Like, you don't know if, like, you know, in 20 years what your lungs are going to look like after you've had this and the long-term damage. And at the end of the day, 500,000 people still died here. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
not like it's not a big deal, you know.
The way I looked at it is like I can't really afford hospital bills if I would catch it and have to be put into the hospital, and I don't want to die. So it's probably best just to go ahead and face the vaccine rather than the actual coronavirus. So
I just never understood the conspiracy theories behind like them like chipping you and stuff, because I'm like, dude, like
No,
the
that's
average person in
yeah.
America is not interesting enough to want to chip.
and
So
like
listen-
they're listening to us anyways. I mean, every
but-
device in your house is listening to you. So.
But now they know where you are, though.
Yeah,
They're looking right at you, man, through your chip.
right. Like
That's
you already
fine.
chipped
Look at
anyway.
me.
Dip in your
Behold the
veins.
greatness of the incher.
They're measuring your bloodstream, man. They know how much sugar and alcohol you got in you now. It's over.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm wearing the fucking watch right now. This is a fucking GPS tracking system right here.
Mhm.
I've
Bill
already
Gates already got to Shaheen here.
Oh, yep.
Pencil sauce.
He's pushing Windows 11 on them right now.
Yeah.
Man. Dyson. Oh, I don't know what Tyson Ducks. Oh yeah. So I saw this was I don't know who this guy was, but Tyson Ducks. He's a former member of Team Canada. And apparently he's like banging people's wives. He's taking insurance gimmick and making it a reality.
His name is Tyson Dukes, and he is
Duke.
on the Canadian independent scene.
Intro, I forgot that's your gimmick, man. I totally forgot that.
Tyson Duke's mark over here.
Tyson.
But
Dukes.
thank you for the correction. But yeah, some
Trying to
guy.
remember who
Now,
it
if this
looks like.
happened to me, I wouldn't talk about it. Like, but he was like, he found all these messages where he was banging his wife in the ass all the time. But you think like you wouldn't go tell the world that this guy's banging my wife up the wazoo and shit.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, I mean that's bad. You'd like divorce her, but kind of makes you look like a putz.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
would be bad to just let the whole world know about it.
But should this guy run like we were just talking about running with the tooth? The tooth knocks out, you're showing it in slow motion. I'm not saying showing this guy banging wives in slow motion, but should he run with this now? Make a comeback to wrestling, and that could be his gimmick, the guy who bangs wives.
Could be. Well, that was like Kurt
Yeah, well,
Angle's
the
deal for a
Emmys.
little bit, wasn't it? Where he was wanting to get with Charmel.
Oh, that's because he wanted to have bestiality sex.
Yeah.
Did they
You could
scrub
say.
that from the network?
They
No,
may
it's still
have.
there.
Is it
Wild
really?
bestiality
I
sex.
think that's like worse than a lot of the stuff I would think they took off.
Hmm.
It's all about bestiality and crucifixes.
Is that what he's calling the podcast with Conrad? Bestiality sex?
Who, Booker T or Kurt Angle?
Kurt Angle. Isn't he doing a podcast with
I didn't even know he had a podcast.
I think he's doing with Conrad.
Oh, jeez.
What are they going to call it? Broken freaking neck?
Maybe. Yeah. Huh.
I love Kurt Angle, but I don't know if I really want to listen to him talk every week. I don't know. Who knows?
Isn't Conrad doing a show with Chris Hero now? I mean, that's like
Yeah, I don't know.
he's doing a podcast with Chris Hero. That's what I heard. That's pretty low, man. I mean, if you're fucking getting Chris Hero on to do a
Being
full
Cassius Uno.
yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
watch a video
Oh,
with
no.
him. He was. I've never really been a fan of his, but I saw a video. It was him and Meltzer, I think, and it was. I found him entertaining. I found him more likable in this video than I ever did just as a wrestler.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Has he been let go from WWE or?
I think so. I'm not positive.
Oh.
I mean, JJ, he's got his year on the wrestling world. He probably.
Yeah, from what I hear, he definitely probably got let go.
Now, what if AEW signed Chris Hero? Would you be all about that?
AEW signing Chris Hero.
Oh, get the picture of Chris Hero as all elite.
I've never been big on Chris Hero though. Even
I
like
haven't
when
either.
he was doing the Kings of Wrestling, Claudio, I always
I always
thought,
thought Claudio was the star of the team.
They were okay
Yeah.
in ROH, but again, it wouldn't move the needle for me. I don't think any signing to any promotional besides Bad Bunny. Now, if Bad Bunny went to AEW,
He jumped ship.
I've always been just annoyed by kind of Chris Hero because he's always acted like he's like this wrestling prodigy, and I never really bought it to begin with.
I remember our old co-host Barbie was a huge.
Yeah, he was big on Chris Hero.
I was never a big fan. I mean, I didn't see a lot of him. I saw him live, and I don't know. He always relied so much on the. He did the elbow like constantly. That's kind of boring to me.
In the words of Scott Steiner, he's just a big fat ass.
Oh my!
I honestly did find him likable. On I don't know the name of it. It might have been with I forget. High Spots. I think it was like it might have been a High Spots video. I think it was him and.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
For some reason. Well, what's a girl's name? We had her on the show a bunch of times. It was with the Kings of Wrestling.
Oh, that was oh, I know it. Sarah Del Rey.
Yeah, it's real a shame they never gave her a shot.
Yeah, I thought she would.
Good women wrestlers.
Yeah, they made her into a trainer. They were just like, "You're a trainer," and it's like, why would you do that? She was a really good talent.
Yeah, and I think at the time they really just fixated on the TNA, but then not too long after that, probably prior to her influence, they had like actual wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone had to be a supermodel. So she, and not like she was ugly anyway, but it's too bad she never had a shot.
Yeah,
well, I remember she was a big more into the training more than the pro wrestling. I remember.
Well, I think that's the way they positioned her. I don't know if she
said that in a couple of interviews she's did, because I've always been a huge fan of hers, and she's like the Shawn Michaels.
I think that's more like this is my position here, so I'm gonna say I love doing this as opposed. I think anyone who's wrestled would like to have a run, on national TV in the big leagues. Otherwise, I don't think you would ever have gotten into it. Vince Rudo, he says it was a High Spots. I released it on free on the YouTube. Yeah, honestly, that was because I never was really big on the guy, but he came off well. He came off funny and likable. He got a personality on that. But as a wrestler, I don't think he's bad by any means. He just was never anybody that really interested me a lot.
Yeah,
I did like some of his NXT stuff actually, but has his time, has his time passed him by? Could he? I'm surprised. Like you never hear of talks about him possibly going to AEW because he is. One of those guys that was big on the indies during that boom period with a lot of the other people that went on to do a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
He just became an internal job guy on NXT. So
I think like Loki's like the number one guy for that. Like, why did Loki not make it? I think just because
everyone says he's attitude.
He's really difficult. Like, do you think there's ever a point where he like looks back and he's just like, why wasn't I just easier to work with? I mean, he would have been up there with everybody.
I don't think so, but I've never been around the guy, so I don't know, but as just a fan, I was always a fan of his.
Mm-hmm.
He was a small guy. Now it doesn't really matter, but at the time he's a small guy, but his offense looked good where like you could believe him, beating down like a bigger guy.
Yeah.
I always felt that with Tajiri too.
Yeah, I think Loki really just wanted control of his booking. Like he didn't want any, a job position or anything. He wants to be like in the title contention. So,
I mean, why would he want that? I mean, when he was made like the valet for Team Le Cool, I mean, that was such a perfect role for him. I mean, why did they do that to the man? That's like
they get off on humiliating.
I know. Yeah.
Would I do well there? If I did go to WWE and I had some kind of managerial role?
They just start humiliating you.
Yeah, like the humiliate people.
Yeah.
Like Intra, we got a spot for you.
No, if you go to WWE, you would probably be the one getting.
I know. I meant if they found out that I have that in me, that I would get like in a good position to in creating.
They definitely make you a wrestler. Like if you. They always make you the opposite of what you are. So Vince is like, "Oh, you're good on the indies, huh, pal?" Yeah. You go in and you're a referee. It's like, what?
This time you get my ass beat. coffee's good. This coffee was sent to me by Jason Mitten, but it's not the poop coffee.
No, excellent.
He sent me a nice box from Kentucky, bunch of cool stuff.
What's the
Bourbon.
brand
I haven't
name?
tried. There's a lot of spice. Bourbon smoked paprika and bourbon smoked black pepper both sound very good. Trying those out.
Excellent, excellent.
The bourbon plum mustard was good.
Hmm.
All right, Inch Man, Inch Daddy, Lexar, what's going on? You still with us?
Word for
You
word.
watch any wrestling now that you're working?
Every now and then I watch it. But oh, by the way, speaking of AEW, they have launched a mobile game. It's
Yeah,
the
my
Naked
brother
Muscle.
tried to get me to download. I went to download it, then he told me it sucked.
It's a casino game, which
Yeah.
basically there's no AEW wrestlers or any AEW references to
And
the,
see,
to
you
the
you
game.
could take
What?
like you can make slot machine games and blackjack and all the
Mhm.
classic things, and you could just AEW them up. It would be easy to do, especially slot machines. You could put all the wrestlers on them and stuff. So I don't know why. And for poker, you could put Britt Baker's the queen and all these things. I don't know why there's no reference to the wrestlers on it.
Yeah, really. I think that'd be easy to do.
Yeah,
But then you got to pay them royalties. You don't need that.
but they have their name on it.
It's IP. You got to keep paying them.
Mm.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I have been to the casino recently, and they have a lot of fun games. I was playing a Little Shop of Horrors slot machine.
Mhm.
I have to say,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I am fairly lucky and I do win, but then friggin' Chi-Town Matt, I'm like, I won $100. He's like, oh yeah, I won $38,000. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? He sends me pictures of a mountain of money, and then the next week, so first he won $7,000. The next day won $38,000, and then a few days later he won $20,000 twice in the same day.
Oh man,
Oh, my Lord.
I was
what
like,
is he
"Whoa."
betting? Jesus.
I don't know, but I was like, you got to start funding the Headyverse, man.
Is
And
it
we'll
just
make
his
him
lucky
president,
day?
or something. We'll make him rookie of the year. and-
Give him a good position.
Exactly.
Make him the manager of Jack and Incher.
Exactly.
Make him pay stimulus payments to the Headyverse.
Well, man, he's wanting to cut in. Lexar's thinking making everybody richer.
Oh man.
Well, Lexar, did you go to the casino like you were talking about?
Yeah, I only want $15.
You won $15?
Oh, you didn't lose.
That's it.
It's a good start.
Shit. I want to be rich as.
Yeah, but
It's not
I'm
gonna
telling
happen,
you,
Lexar.
you've got to go with the mindset. Like, if I lose whatever I'm taking, I'll be okay. So if you lose it, you're not going to be upset. If you win anything, or even if you come out even, it's totally good. Especially if you enjoy it. I go because I like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't go. So if you go and you have a good time, and you don't take more than you're willing to lose for that day, it's anything you win is just a gravy. It's just a benefit.
Maybe I should just keep that AEW casino app just as a training tool. So the next time I go to the casino for real and play the real games, I
There
probably
you go.
win it.
Maybe there's like a hidden feature where you can like body slam the slot machine if you lose so many times or something. That would be pretty neat.
Double or nothing.
Like if the Killer Hawk comes out and he like puts his foot through the slot machine just to take out your frustration. That'd be good.
What's going on with Shaheen? Shaheen!
Sorry, I was on mute. I haven't watched wrestling in I don't know, man. I can't talk wrestling, but life is okay, man. I'm happy.
Well,
I
that's
can't
good.
complain too much. Got my dogs over here, man. That's all I can ask for.
I got all my dogs here.
How many you got? You got dead rabbits in your basement, man.
It's probably
Got a fucking pet cemetery in your basement.
I do have I saw him out on my deck, a chipmunk, and I've seen him or her a couple times hopping over because I'm in my basement. Chipmunks are pretty cute though.
Yeah,
Got
chipmunks
a
are
ton of turkeys outside. Turkeys have been very loud lately too. I also have seen chickens lately. Chickens. Around roaming around my
just
neighborhood.
roaming around.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen just chickens walking around.
Yard birds. Yeah.
Weird.
They must have got out from somebody's yard.
Yeah, because a couple people have chickens. One up this way, but these were, I assume,
like wild turkeys. I've seen before, but chickens just running around.
They're just gone nuts.
Yeah, I didn't know vultures are going extinct. Did you know that?
What was the other one? I didn't know what it was. I saw it, and then I saw on my local page. God, I can't think of the name. A Fisher cat. There's Fisher cats here now.
Huh. Did you know vultures are going extinct?
No, but I did see that they actually cloned an extinct animal recently.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty crazy though, man. If vultures go extinct, that's pretty gross because there's gonna be a lot of fucking animal corpses just laying around. They don't eat them. And it's because of witchcraft. I didn't know in Africa, I guess in a portion of Africa, they're killing like.
Oh, I thought you bet someone's like casting spells, like
Papa Shango.
Well, basically, I mean, they're killing a bunch of them by poisoning them, and then they use their brains to smoke in some kind of witchcraft ritual. I saw a Vice documentary on it. It's crazy.
Papa Shango.
Yeah, it's real.
Well, that's what he should be doing when he returns.
That's what made Randy Orton puke black.
Exactly.
Some vulture brains.
Man. So interesting. If they do more of this satanic stuff, is your family going to boycott you from watching WWE?
Probably. I won't be able to watch WWE. I'll just come on and be like, I didn't watch this week. Sorry. Then you'll say, I didn't watch this week. And then we're like, well, that's the show.
Alexa just sat in the middle of a pentagram and laughed.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Did you grab like your Bible and start praying for your soul when you were watching it?
Steven? Who are you asking, Steven?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I happened to think that was the worst getting all alarmed about WWE on WWE. I was like, oh my god, what the hell's wrong with these people?
So apparently they did some stupid Randy Orton doppelganger. It was just awful.
No.
Even I'll say it was awful.
Sometimes I wonder if you guys are just making stuff up because I don't watch it. I'm like,
so they had a fake Randy Orton?
No, it was the real Randy Orton doing a funny voice, talking to Randy Orton, and it's my god.
Like Dougie from season 3 of Twin Peaks.
Oh, I've never seen that.
That was the only awful segment of what I thought was a really good episode of Monday Night Raw.
Well, I know you're a big Lashley mark.
Oh, Jesus.
You've been championing him to be the champion. I'm serious. I know you're all happy. You're excited. You've been calling for this. You've been writing letters, sending them in.
You deserve it.
You grow his eyebrows yet?
Did he what?
Grow his eyebrows back?
I don't know. Does Lashley have eyebrows?
I don't think he does. I think he shaves them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he used to shave them for some odd reason. It was very weird. And then he used to wear the headband over it so it would cover it. It's like, dude, just stop shaving your eyebrows. It's just, I don't know. Unless he just doesn't have eyebrows, which I would.
Maybe he don't have eyebrows.
Fucking alien?
Or maybe they're just really light or something, like you can't see them or something.
That's shaved, dude. You could.
They're shaved off.
Because it looks awkward because it's like it's lighter where his eyebrows are supposed to be. So you can tell there used to be hair there. You just shaved it.
You can't see muscles behind eyebrows, so they got to go.
Yeah, it's awkward. Yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't like body hair at all. Like
he's just completely smooth.
Yeah.
Waxes his whole body.
He just jumps into like a big vat of nair and he's just like, take it off. And then
You'd love to see that, don't you?
No, I'm just saying that might be what he's up to.
Probably true, though.
He does need to hit the post with the belt, though. Just turn around and just point at his ass. Boom. With the WWE title on it.
I don't have enough room here.
Yeah, just wear the belt backwards, right, Jonathan?
Yep. Then just hit the pose. Boom. You're WWE champion.
You ever do
Lashley's
that?
ass.
You ever do that, Lexar? Start flexing your ass in the mirror?
Actually, one time I tried to like shake my ass in front of the stripper just to like give me laughing.
Now she'd give you some money back. Like, here
She
you
was
go.
thrilled.
She would just laughed. She just start giggling. It's funny to her, so
I bet.
trying to win her over, but not.
There was
Kind of
a
one up her
guy-
on her job.
There was a guy we used to play D&D with, Dungeons and Dragons, and he always had his crack hanging out. And I remember we used to try to drop coins in his crack.
Man, you said one guy. I would think like a solid 50% of D&D players have their ass cracks hanging out.
I think he was the only one that in our group that had the ass crack hanging out.
It's funny because again, Vice, they did a documentary on like Magic the Gathering, and literally half of the documentary is ass cracks out. It's like, what the fuck? It's like nobody feels the wind behind. I don't understand. It's just circles of ass cracks out. Insanity.
That'd be a good documentary just about ass cracks.
Ass cracks.
Ass crack the documentary.
The plumber story. Put Dusty Rhodes in there. Yeah.
So anything else in the wrestling world before we get to the questions?
Were you happy to see Brandy Rose reveal that she is having a baby girl?
This did not affect me one way or the other. Like I even forgot it happened until I saw the internet raging. Like they're just so like pissed.
I hate the
like, oh yeah, that happened. It was like literally like a 30-second segment.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that happened. I mean, I mean, not being a dick, I didn't care, but I also didn't rage. Like, how dare she have a baby?
I think most of the outrage was because, well, you know, the keyboard warriors out there, they're like, did you just assume that baby's gender? You know, that sort of thing. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah, I forgot it even happened until like I went on the In Your Head thing and people were going crazy about it, saying they'll never watch. Like, but it's people who said they never watch, but they know everything that happens. Like you've been saying you haven't watched for 2 years now, but you saw this baby reveal, and of course Cornette, flipped out about it. But it was literally like it couldn't have been more than a minute. It was literally like 30-second segment.
Yeah,
they just came out, put up on the thing, and then that was the end of it.
The things that people care about in 2021 just boggles my mind. I was in a movie group the other day and they were asking for like top 5 directors, and I put my top 5, and there wasn't a woman in there, right? It's not because I'm sexist. It's just I don't really know any females off the top of my head that are directors.
Especially that have done like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any. I said my top 5, and instantly I just got completely bashed. Are you fucking sexist? How dare you not include a woman? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't mean anything by it. I don't understand why you're so. That girl that plays in The Witch, Anna Taylor, I think is her name. Yeah, the A24 chick in the Witch. There's a picture of her smoking a cigarette on the A24 group, and there's like 400 comments, and literally half of them are just bashing her for smoking cigarettes, and people are saying like, oh, I'm never going to watch her movies again. They're taking screenshots of them unfollowing her. I'm like, why do you care? Who cares? I don't know.
Yeah, I see she was like, I don't know, doing something like horrendous, but
it's like paparazzi pictures of her smoking a cigarette on Hollywood Boulevard. Who gives a shit? Watch her movie. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
Everything's offensive.
But then there's people in the movie groups that are all excited about Jeepers Creepers 4.
I saw that. Is he involved with that though? Is it the same director?
Well, no, but he still gets paid because it's his
his concept. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, there's a big difference between someone smoking and someone
a pedo, yeah,
a 6-year-old,
yeah.
That's the same thing, you sexist bastard.
I didn't even know about him until It was a while ago now, but it was long after the movie had come out.
I remember telling you about it when we were doing the show. About Victor Salva.
Yeah.
I think I read about it on the Fangoria boards back in the days.
I mean, we had Brian Peck on the show when you're still involved.
Yeah.
And neither of
I
us.
didn't know about that.
Yeah, he was on the I hosted panels with the guy, and
Uh-huh.
years before that he went to jail for being a pedophile.
Yeah, I did not know about that at all. And then didn't Jewel Shepard, whenever she was on, she said something like the guys or something when we were hanging up the phone with her. Didn't she make like
show?
And like we didn't know what she meant. We were like, what? And say what? What'd you say?
We never had Jewel Shepard on.
I thought we did have Jewel Shepard on.
No.
Pretty sure we
Mandela
did.
effect.
No, I hosted a panel with her, but she's never on the podcast.
I thought she called in or something.
We had Beverly Randolph. We had most of the cast on, but we never had her on.
I thought she was like right after Brian Peck, and then you said something, and she called him.
She's got her own issues, but no, she's never been on the show. Right after Brian Peck, we had Beverly Randolph on.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of. Huh?
Do you still keep up with like horror movies?
Not current ones. I like the older stuff. You know, I like Nightmare on Elm Street. I just got a Nightmare on Elm Street pinball machine. So,
nice.
Like, I am excited about like the people who made Friday 13th. They're going to come out with a new game, and they're teasing that it's a horror franchise, and I'm curious what one it's going to be. I kind of think it's going to be Nightmare, but some people are saying either Nightmare or Leatherface. So, which Leatherface would be cool, but I'm more of a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. So.
Yeah. Jack, have you ever heard of a company called Vinegar Syndrome?
Oh yeah.
I
put out a lot of they restore a lot of movies.
Yeah, it's like amazing. I started collecting their stuff a couple months ago. Some of the movies they have, man, it's amazing how they restore it. And I don't know, half of them I've never heard of. So
yeah, they send me ones every once in a while, to review on the show.
Yeah.
But I love there's a few of them. There's Vinegar Syndrome. There's a couple other ones. They're similar though, but and then they load them up with specials and
yeah, it's crazy, man. Like they put out like a 4K version of Beastmaster,
right?
And it's fucking amazing. You watch this thing and it looks like it was shot yesterday.
Yeah,
it's amazing. So anybody that likes old horror movies and obscure, stuff, go check out Vinegar. It's hard to get the DVDs and the Blu-rays though, because once they're sold out, man, they're like $150 for a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know if I should. It's a slight spoiler. I guess I'll tell you out there, but I actually got the guy who runs Vinegar Syndrome to do a cameo in the movie we filmed last year that I produced.
Nice. Yeah, I love their stuff, man. They put out great stuff. Bringing physical media back, man. I'm excited. It seems like a lot of companies are coming back.
Yeah, to me, that's how you have to do it. Because
Right.
if you just put out a DVD or Blu-ray with nothing on it, like even myself, I'm not going to buy it because it's easier to just stream it. But if you have commentary tracks and specials and restoration stuff, to me, then it's worth getting.
Well, their whole approach is nice because they do it in super limited runs.
Yeah,
and they charge
they're
like
even
a lot.
collectible, like the packaging and everything.
Right. And like, yeah, sure, you can go on Amazon Prime and watch, cut and run for free, but that version versus this one is night and day. So
yeah. Oh no, I agree, and I'm a commentary track fan, so I like them when they have comment, which they don't do too many. Well, like Vinegar Syndrome and stuff does, but a lot of the releases now don't have like hardly any specials. The regular releases, they don't have commentary tracks. It used to be everything in commentary tracks.
They put out a ton of retro porn too. It's really weird.
Oh, really?
Put it in like 4K.
Yeah. Now Intra's interested.
Oh, yeah. I saw his head popped up.
No, yeah. No. I was thinking about Fright Night 2, how it's like one of those DVDs that they weren't releasing on Blu-ray and stuff, and I think they just released.
Creepshow was the same way because like Creepshow 2 had a bunch of specials, but Creepshow never did because the company that put out Creepshow, I forget who it is, but they never put any specials on. It had nothing.
Arrow put it out now though.
Yeah, it's got like a ton of stuff. Yeah, Arrow's another great one. Arrow does tons of a lot of stuff.
Blue Underground and
yeah, and Blue Underground, that's owned by the guy who made Maniac. God, I can
Buddy,
film is
Buddy,
yeah.
Is that who you're thinking of? Buddy something?
No, I gotta look him up now. Had him on the show. I'm a big fan of Maniac. He did Maniac Cop.
Maniac Cop.
Yeah, I've recently been getting back into collecting like physical media.
William
Severed
Lustig.
Films. Who?
Bill Lustig. He
Oh.
owns Blue Underground.
Nice.
Maniac is my favorite poster art.
Yeah, they did a 4K of that too. Looks crazy, man. It like shocks me how good these movies look in 4K because it's like a whole new experience watching these again. And I get it. Some people are like, yeah, horror movies are supposed to be grainy, but I don't know. Some of these movies that Fulci shot back in like 82 needs to be restored.
Yeah. When I saw it, because I saw the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, an original 35 millimeter, and it was a really grainy print. And then I saw the restoration. That is one I actually preferred the grainy print because it adds to the movie.
Right.
But then like a movie like Phantasm looked way better restored because it's that one's supposed to look nice. But there's a few of them that do look better, but it's the exception. It added to there's also, I think because I've had conversations with people who do this on the show, and it depends on who's doing the restoration because some people will oversaturate it or bring up the color too much where then you're bringing stuff out of the shadows that you're not supposed to see. But if it's someone who really loves movies, they know to, restore it, but still, keep the integrity of what the director was doing. Let's see here. So we'll go to the questions.
Well,
yeah.
Before you go into the questions, I'll give you I got one question. Okay, I'll give you a
do it up first. Let's do it up, Stevie.
Do you recommend watching the Phantasm sequels?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the franchises, I actually like all of them.
Yeah,
I actually like the fifth one, Ravager, which some people don't like, but it's actually my favorite of the sequels.
Yeah, I'm thinking
the original Phantasm
those.
is my favorite.
Yeah, I can watch those. But getting back to wrestling, I finally
also
broke down
Phantasm, which is really cool. It's told over decades, and it has all the same cast.
Yeah,
the second movie is a different kid because it was a Hollywood movie, and they want. But besides, then he's back in the third one, fourth one, and fifth one. But overall, it's the same cast. Insane.
I just actually started watching Phantasm a year or so ago, and I'm really enjoying it. Just got 3 and 4 to finish up.
I think it needs a pinball machine because what better game would?
Yeah, that would actually be dope. That would make sense. They don't have one. That shocks me. That feels.
There's not a whole lot of horror movie pinball machines.
Yeah, but that feels living.
Yeah, just like Tales from the Crypt, Freddy. I mean,
and they're a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature. But like the theme of that is more like you're going to a drive-in, not like the creature though. So I don't. So it's
was there ever a Creep Show one?
No.
You need to make. Can you make your own pinball games?
You can, but you got to have millions and millions of dollars. But well, not millions, but Ben Heck, he made Spooky Pinball, which I think they made like the Rob Zombie and America's Most Haunted Machine But I don't know how much money he had behind him, but he had a pretty successful YouTube channel for a while.
Just making your own.
Yeah, you could.
Do it up.
You have to make your own company.
Get Chi-Town Matt involved.
I could. He's in the right town.
I'll design it for free if you want, man. Do it. Find an investor and let's put out horror fucking pinballs.
Yeah. I always thought Friday 13th would be a good one, or like Goonies. I thought Goonies was not really full on horror or anything, but thought that would be a good one. Or
Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah. Make Chunk do the Truffle Shuffle.
You ever do the Truffle Shuffle?
Nah.
What was your other thing you were going to say, Steve? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Well, before you got into the questions, I wanted to do a very brief SmackDown review because again, I rarely watch SmackDowns on Friday nights, but I finally broke down and watched one.
Do it.
Funniest thing, I just laughed. Cesaro swinging Rollins right out of his clothes. That was
Did you
hilarious.
see the ding-a-ling?
Well,
No,
the top part. No, he only the top part, not the bottom part. He had a hold of his legs. He couldn't do that.
That's pretty wild.
But that was so funny, even because I don't like Seth Rollins. I can't stand him.
Yeah, I'm a big Cesaro fan. I'm glad, they start and stop with him every once in a while. They decide, let's try to do this, and then he gets over, then they stop.
But it looks
Which,
like
like Jax was saying, it does make it hard to get into it because it's like
it does.
every time you start to get invested, it just ends.
And speaking of unwanted pushes,
here's Nightmare on Elm Street shot glass.
Oh yeah. That was a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, I didn't recognize the character. Was that Freddy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bitch. Over here talking about Freddy. You don't even know who the fuck he is.
No, I couldn't make it out that well. There's Shaq.
Over here. Go on. SmackDown.
Unwanted push of the week was I guess they're pushing Tamina again.
Yeah, her and Natty. Yeah. They're in a tag.
Why? I can't imagine she's like blowing anybody or anything.
Well, maybe because she's she's Snuka's daughter and she'll get.
Oh, well, that's a good reason because he's a really upstanding guy.
Anyway, she'll get chance after chance after chance, and looks like she's.
I can see giving her a shot to begin with, but it's been what, 20 years, 15 years?
It seems like a long time. Didn't
what
she?
Is she like 58 now?
Yeah. But she destroyed Liv Morgan. Yeah.
What?
Who should be getting a push.
Now Liv Morgan is good. She's hot. And honestly, she's talented too. I like her. She's got personality, she's got a cool look, and she's hot. Tamina, nothing going. And I'm not someone saying you have to be hot. She could be good wrestler, she could be charismatic, she could be good promo. She's none of those.
Nope. That's why she's got Natty with
Hit
her.
the bricks, Tamina.
She's the master of the snooker splash.
No, she's not.
Oh, she. That's that.
It looks
The
like she
one
kills
move she can
herself
do
every
is
time.
not very good. And it looks like Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns are in a feud now, so they've moved on from Kevin Owens.
Finally.
Yep, finally, at long last. Anyway, SmackDown review as quickly as possible. And Mustafa, getting back to Raw, Mustafa Ali pinned your U.S. champion Matt Riddle, so it looks like he's going to get a title shot.
Why?
Because he beat Matt Riddle.
He's just like a total goof. I understand that but why did they have him beat Matt Riddle? He didn't go out there and actually beat Matt Riddle. It's a wrestling show. He didn't shoot pin. He wasn't Sting shooting pin and Hardy shot up on the heroin. The goof pills. Sintra calls them.
But it looks like 1 week after possible dissension among.
When I watched this stuff, it seemed like the retribution angle was kaputs.
And then they just totally dropped that, and everybody was on the same page last night, and they helped Ali beat Riddle, and so it looks like everything's hunky dory in retribution again.
Good Lord.
Yep.
They had to help him beat one guy.
Yep. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Anyway, that's all my wrestling for this week. You can get to the questions now.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're a good man.
Excellent.
Well, I actually have one question for Steven, actually. What are your thoughts about Bianca and Sasha? Because after who's been popping in week after week, do you think this is going to turn with Carmella at it? Because this is going to be two African Americans fighting at it.
And it should be. It's like don't gum up the works by adding other people. Bianca versus Sasha, keep it simple. Although
I'm not a fan of multi-person matches.
No.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? I don't know, like I don't watch a lot of TNA wrestling, but I seem to recall, wasn't that like almost every match on a TNA pay-per-view was like multi-man matches?
Intro, no, he's the TNA machine.
Yeah,
Especially the X division. It was just like car crash, 6-man.
That what
for the
wasn't
title.
that for a while? That was like part of the rules. Like every match was 3 people.
Oh yeah, at least 3 people.
It's like, that's way too much. Yeah, just keep it simple. Bianca versus Sasha. No, don't overbook this. Just have those 2 go at it.
Please, yeah.
Yeah. It's like as soon as you start getting gumming up the works, then it's not going to be special, and it should be remain special as something, They're talking about that main eventing one of the nights of WrestleMania. It's like that's how good they're building it up. So like,
Is Lexar just showing a still picture of Shaq?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's your future AEW superstar, Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm not against Shaq being on AEW.
I'm fine with it. I mean, he is an athlete. Who knows? He might pull off a good match.
Big
You never know.
man.
Big dude. Yeah. I'll give him a shot.
I know he's no Bad Bunny. I don't want to insult Jackson here.
Yep, thanks for not
Mr.
doing
Jackson, if you're nasty.
that. You think there'll be another Mae Young battle royal or whatever for WrestleMania?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I mean, it seems like they're still just trying to put the women in something. So
yeah.
Are you pumped for what is it, 2 or 3 nights of Mania?
no.
2 nights. 2
You're
nights.
gonna have a Mania party, Mania weekend party.
I'm probably gonna do the exact same thing I do with most pay-per-views, just have it playing in the background, and if I catch it, I catch it.
Last one was rough for me to get through.
Is anybody actually going to WrestleMania?
Yep, and no.
Can you go? I thought it was all just like you're on the Thunderdome. They're selling tickets.
I did hear something about limited capacity, but I don't know how many.
Yeah, I'm not flying anywhere. I always get emails. I can get flights places for like $40 round trip
in the luggage compartment.
Jack,
just no flying. What's that? Inch Daddy, it's baby.
There's one feud on AEW I'm a little perplexed by. And I mentioned
perplexed like you're excited, or perplexed like what's going on here?
Like what's going on here? Why? I was talking about it last week when they had Adam Page, or he was making the fake contract with Matt Hardy, and so the stipulation is that Adam Page is going to get Matt Hardy's entire salary
for the
quarter of the year, and then Matt Hardy, he makes him like agree if he loses that he gets his salary.
Yeah,
I don't understand why we're supposed to care about this.
I don't care about anything involving Matt Hardy. He's come in. He changes his gimmick like every 2 weeks. Like he was, the delete guy, and then he was this other thing, and then he's like Matt Hardy. Now he's like a shady agent. It's just bad stuff. And I like AEW. That's just bad stuff.
Well, I wonder why they decided to go with the shady agent.
I have no idea.
They just wanted to get away
Probably
from
his
the
idea.
stuff.
I think they let the people book their stuff, so I guess it was his idea. But
so is Tony Khan even a booker then? If people book their own stuff.
I'm gonna say brain damage.
Yeah, Matt Hardy. Too many chair shots.
Yep, and falls on the back of his head. Yep, too many.
Any developments on this the Sammy Guevara situation?
Not that I know of. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, so he wasn't on TV. I know that. So.
I'm a fan, so hopefully he's back. Oh, by the way, tomorrow night is the Shaq match.
Yeah.
I'll probably do a post show. So If you're watching this right now, right after AEW is over, I'll come on live. Intra's welcome to come, but he won't. But he's welcome to be there. So right here on this channel, I'll do an AEW live post show. Just for some reason I don't. But if I do, it'll be right here.
I have a feeling that, like I said before, I think Big Show's going to get involved somehow. So.
Where's the Big Show?
I'm going to say Big Show's going to get involved, and he's going to cost Shaq the match, and that's going to lead into their feud.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. But...
Or he's going to cost Cody the match, and that'll be his first turn in the company.
You got to get right into the turns for Big Show. Who has more turns, Big Show or Lex Luger?
Oh, it's a Big Show because Lex is more
Big Show.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the longevity.
Oh, yeah.
Dobbs Dean Maya, if you're doing the WV, so if you're pooping your pants, at 11:59 and the clock strikes midnight, then it's technically the same shit, different day. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. It's not even a question, it's really a statement. But... Rome Williams. Rome Williams was not built in a day. Do you all think the talent share situation with AEW and other smaller promotions will survive after COVID, or is this just a desperate time, desperate measures thing? I really don't think it's a desperate time, desperate measure thing. I think they want to do this originally with New Japan. I think it'll stay around.
Yeah, I think they're going to make it work.
Yeah, but the Impact deal is it just got to shits. It's not working.
Yeah, I mean it's cool to see Cyrus on. I don't know why I said from the beginning. I don't know why they want to work with Impact. I mean, it's nice for that to them to Impact, but I don't know how it benefits AEW.
I found it strange that the Good Brothers got in the ambulance with the Young Bucks parent. Like when he got beat up,
dad, he's like, I don't know what's with that dude. When he's bleeding, he's like,
that's how I bleed. You know, with my mouth wide open, just doing an Undertaker.
He was portraying the character. He was getting. I thought his blood smears were good. Like he really made sure the blood got onto the back of the semi. I thought that was good.
Yes.
Jericho did look a little annoyed with him for a second when he was going down to the ground.
Yeah, he's
it kind of
looked like this, slow motion, and Jericho's kind of pushed him down.
Yeah, I think he was annoyed with
him. He was falling like this. He was like, and Jericho just grabbed him and pulled him down, which was pretty funny. I'll be honest, I got a kick out of it. I can't say it was good, but it made me laugh, so I approve. I approve of the Young Bucks dad. This guy rules.
He's kind of like the Mrs. dad. Maybe they need to bring in the Mrs. dad.
Bring in more dads. I'm all about it.
Yep, they only got
Intra's dad here on the show.
Nah, probably not. I don't know.
You're gonna see him bleed in the back of a semi again sometime with Jack over him.
Yeah, and I'll be like,
no, I'm pretty sure
I made your daddy bleed.
I'm pretty sure even at my dad's age, he beat the hell out of Jack or anybody on the stream. he's a pretty big dude.
Made your daddy bleed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What would you do if I bloodied your dad? Did you get revenge?
He was pretty notorious tough guy, so for his days.
I'll take him down. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And sure, I'm taking your dad down.
That's very hard to believe, Jack.
I'm younger, faster. I'm hungrier than your dad, ain't you?
Why are you challenging my dad to a fight?
Prove? I got something to prove.
Yep. Then Sogman and Alexa are getting the ambulance with them when they leave.
Exactly. John
didn't understand why they got in the. I guess that might be leading into the angle more. I don't know, but like I found that strange.
Maybe do you think he'd do the show?
Who's that?
Young Buck's dad? Is he just
Maybe.
old?
Call him up. See if he'll do the show.
I want to call him Old Buck. Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you. Cover your mouth. You can give us, except for Jackson.
Nobody's in my room right now.
He's vaccinated. He's all good.
I'm vaccinated. Well, it actually doesn't work like that, but yeah. I got the sticker to prove it.
Lexar is anti-vaxxer.
Are you anti-vax, Lexar?
I'm thinking about getting a vaccine, but
You probably should.
You don't know which
the
one.
plan is to go with my mom, but I don't. But my mom doesn't believe in that stuff.
No.
She doesn't believe in science, medicine.
Yeah. She and like half of her church group got COVID.
That's shocking.
Yeah, because they're all in a group. They're all sitting together and all that stuff.
Yeah, they all don't believe that it's real. Yeah. They still don't believe it's real even after they got it.
Well, no, they don't care.
It's because it was all black magic. It was the devil.
Yeah,
You didn't get it?
and plus they rely on the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Huh.
It's true. They're very religious, so they.
You can be both. You just because you're Incher's a religious man, but he still believes in.
Yeah, you believe in God and science at the same time. There's a balance.
Yeah, who brought the science? God. God made the doctors.
Well, I mean, on the other side of it, that my mom, she's very, she's super Catholic, but she does want to get the vaccine as well. So
that's what I'm saying. They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
We just want you to be healthy, Lexar.
Yeah.
And your family. And all your friends.
I mean, you need to light the fire underneath her and get her to go
Don't burn her up.
She's not a witch. What are you doing?
You light the fire, get her going. It's just a figure of speech.
Just tell her, like, we need to go to get a vaccine.
You burn people at the stakes in WV? Still?
No, that's your state, Jack.
That's true. No, actually, that's a falsehood. They didn't burn any witches in Salem.
No, they didn't.
They hung them, and they also crushed them to death.
Oh, well,
that's a way to die over several days. John Garabedian, would you pray for WrestleMania Championship Day to see Bobby Lashley face Brock Lesnar on that day? To yay or to nay? So do you want to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley?
Nah.
Yes. That's the match that will get Jonathan Jackson and myself into WrestleMania.
Hell yeah.
Part of me wants to, because they're both MMA guys, but and like amateur wrestling guys too. But really,
didn't they do that? Didn't they have a match? Oh no, it was Umaga.
Ooh, my God.
I don't really. I in a real honest answer, the Brock Lesnar matches used to be fun for me, but I've really gotten sick of those style matches where they do nothing but finishers. They're not real matches. They're the guy does a finisher, kicks out. The other guy does a finisher, kicks out. They do like 12 finishers, and eventually a guy wins. Those matches do nothing for me. They're not entertaining in the least for me.
Brock used to wrestle. I mean, what happened? Like
when when you first saw it, it was so different. Like it worked. But then after a while, it's all you saw, and it's then when you see it over and over, it's no longer different. It's just this is just bad wrestling. When I just talk about AEW or the Spot Monkey stuff, that's more wrestling to me than guy just doing a big move and then the other guy doing the move, and they just trade moves and then a guy pins them. Robert Budzinski, when is the best time to leave an upper decker? I think Tuesdays.
I don't think you should do that.
I didn't know what an up or
Very
down. I
rude.
always heard the term, but I didn't know what it was until Intra told me on an In Your Head episode. I think
Mhm.
when you like actually poop in like the tank.
Yeah. You take the tank lid off, and then you poop in that. I don't know that.
Do that, Lexar?
There's no appropriate time to be doing that. That's just mean.
Lexar, you ever take the tank off a toilet and poop up in there?
I think if you do that, everything will just like stop working with the toilet.
Probably eventually, yeah. Because you're a handyman now. You know how this stuff works.
Not only that, I think like years ago, like when I was like a middle age, when I was a teenage Lexar, like one of the toilets like
You were a
stopped
tortoise?
flushing. No, the toilet stopped flushing.
Oh,
So like the landlord had to fix the toilet.
the one you burned up?
No. No, he had to like get it like a
plumber.
Plumber to like fix it.
I got you.
Yeah.
And he's
Something
like,
wrong with
no more pooping up here. You poop down here.
it. There's no poop in the tank though.
Tyler Stevens, is Randy Orton the last of the true superstars in WWE? God, Lord, if he is, it's a sad state of affairs.
He started a war with Soldier Boy.
Who?
Randy Orton did?
Yeah. Randy Orton started a war with the
Who's Soldier Boy?
Is he mad because he's releasing another console?
a washed up rapper. Shaheen, you know that.
Is this the new era? The hip hop era?
Yeah, Bow Wow's doing it, doing the wrestling.
The Fat Boys. Well, the one just died, didn't he? The Fat Boy.
I guess so. I don't know. Chubby Checker and the Fat Boys.
You can eat for $1.85. How about Run DMC? Are they still kicking?
No, one of them died.
One of them died.
Yeah. Wasn't the
Dinner, you can
Jam Master J.
Dinner, you ate it. There is none left. It was salty with butter, and it was death. You proceeded to eat it because you were in the mood. Too bad you didn't read it was a can of dog food. You be illin'. All right. They need DJ Curly Bear on the show.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe he can feud with Bad Bunny.
There you go. Steven Butler. Should pro wrestling go back to being a weekend product? Air on Saturday afternoons instead of in prime time during the week? And if so, would you watch it? Nope. But I don't know. I think I'm used to watching it at nighttime now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get up Saturday morning and watch wrestling.
Come in the afternoons.
I don't want to watch. I'd rather go. Well, not that they're going to do anything, but when things are happening, when the world's back to grooving, as the kids say, I don't want to be hanging around the house watching wrestling on the Saturday. I'll be hitting the clubs.
Steven is being nostalgic again because he remembers wrestling on Saturdays afternoon.
Right.
Saturday
605 live.
1970s.
It's good 605 wrestling. Not 305 live. Whatever. They should have 305 live, just big fat asses. But I don't know what the hell I was talking about. But 605, the Superstation, like that was great at the time. You can't just go back and redo life.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can do it, but I don't think so. I think it's a step backwards. I think if you have a Saturday afternoon product, I don't think it's as prestigious.
It would be the same. More than likely, it'd just be like just AEW Dark being played over it, and
It would be like when they tried to bring back WWE Superstars.
yeah.
No one cared.
When they still got superstars going on, but I don't know who's watching it.
Who the hell? God, imagine what kind of. I'm sorry if this includes anyone. Imagine what kind of sorry jackass you have to be if you're watching that shit. Sorry, song man. You're a big fan. Do you have an opinion on this intro?
Oh no, I think wrestling's fine being on the weeknights. I just think we got too much though. We don't need more shows.
Would you want to see this, Steven, or were you just proposing the question?
Well, like the ratings are going down. You got this never-ending pandemic that's ravaged.
But the vaccine, so possibly ending.
But like, yeah, I mean, like, I maybe I was feeling nostalgic because I used to be able to watch wrestling from like noon to like about 4 o'clock because you'd have multiple and they were only 1 hour wrestling shows. So it's tantamount to like 4 different promotions, 1 hour of wrestling. Not a whole amount of time, 1 day a week. Not now where it's like 3 or 4 days a week and 20 hours of wrestling. No.
You want it all one block. You're like,
yeah, it was like one block, multiple promotions. You got caught up on everything.
So you want, it's like 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT, 2 hours of AEW, 2 hours of AEW Dark, 2 hours of Impact, an hour of Ring of Honor, and then an hour of 205 Live, hour of NXT UK, an hour of Superstars. So you just spend your whole, it would be like
I
noon to midnight.
Like I said, 1 hour of 4 different promotions, 4 hours total.
Right. Well, they're not going to do that. You think you can say WWE just show an hour of wrestling? Fuck, cut all this other stuff out. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, you gotta know that they got new Tostino's pizza rolls. So
that's gonna be its own show.
Oh yeah.
Do they work? Do they have any wrestling themed pizza rolls? It's the only wrestling themed food they ever did with the ice cream bars. Why didn't they put Hulk Hogan?
SpaghettiOs, McFoley did their commercial.
Yeah, but did they have wrestling in it besides just on the packaging? Because the ice cream bars have the wrestlers printed on them.
Yeah.
Can you print a wrestler on like any other type of food substance?
Jeez. Hulk Hogan had his own Pasta Mania.
Yeah, but he wasn't like printed on the pasta.
Just his face.
Yeah, they could cut it could have been like his beard, his mustache. That would have been a good gimmick. Like they could have showed him cutting his mustache, and that became the pasta.
Yeah, that would be good.
They could have like a wrestler cereal with like the marshmallows.
That would have been a good pasta machine. It's a Hulk Hogan head, and you're cranking it, and it's his beard, his mustache is just coming out the spaghetti. See, that'd be sweet. Then the red bandana's the sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame a wrestler's never had an idea to have maybe like food or something as a gimmick. I mean, I wonder if someone actually has a type of idea for a wrestler to do such a thing.
The New Day had like the Booty-O cereals at one time. So
exactly, it's all about eating the Booty-Os.
Mm-hmm.
You ever eat the Booty-O, Lexar?
I was tempted to buy a box, but until I realized what the price is, like it costs like $20 more than
I actually have a box someone sent me. I don't know where it's up in my room somewhere. I'll have to put it on the bookshelf.
I think it costed more though because there was like a shirt in it or something. So
yeah. I think it cost like $12 just the actual cereal when they were selling it at the store.
Yeah, but they don't sell
I've seen others too. They did like an Elvira one and stuff after that, but I also think they came with like a Funko Pop figure or something.
I remember back in my day when I was a little Lexar, they had Batman cereal, every type of cereal, Addams Family cereal, any cereal that's movie or TV show related, they have a cereal.
There will be coming out very soon. There's going to be Without Your Head monster cereals in the coming days.
Like with the heads shaped of marshmallows of Lexar, Steven,
it's Without
Jonathan Jackson, Jack and Incher.
Yeah, he only does things for the other show, Lexar. Don't get your hopes up.
Well, no one buys shit if I put on here. Brian Matthew Cluttar. It is rumored that WWE is moving NXT to Tuesday night to challenge In Your Head.
Mm.
Well, In Your Head, bring back podcasts, the veterans, the legends of the game, like the Big Mosh and Sir Adam,
You never know.
to counter this move.
Hmm.
I'm still waiting for Jujubee to show up.
Juju of the Bees.
Mm-hmm.
She's welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And President Clinton.
Yeah, President
I
Clinton's
kind of like
been
it.
out
Like,
too.
I'm waiting for Jujubee to show up. No
Mhm.
President.
And President Clinton.
Oh yeah, and President Clinton.
I think Clinton will get on here. I don't know. Jujubee might be shy to be on the camera.
Mhm.
It'll ruin their gimmicks. We'll never see him.
And
we
Prez, he has his own scandal going on right now. He's with the whole island stuff and all that. Maybe he wants to stay away.
I think if Prez masked up, it'd protect his gimmick. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, he was at a convention with me with the mask on. Has the WWE totally? This is Vic Schiavone. Has the WWE totally ruined Ric Flair with this stupid Lacey Evans storyline that was abruptly pulled, and they have desperately tried to explain away? I don't think they've ruined the legacy of Ric Flair, but it was. I didn't see it, to be honest, so I can't comment too much on it. But the idea of it sounded bad.
Mhm.
You can't really ruin Ric Flair to me, but
Well, Charlotte just kind of
Michael
just told him to go home, and she doesn't want him around. And
I don't
stuff,
think
so.
anyone really wants to see Ric Flair battling his daughter.
And Charlotte said like she wants to be like Charlotte Flair and everything, and it's like, then why is she coming out to a variation of like her dad's theme? It's like
It
don't
seemed
think
like a
that's the song.
terrible angle.
Mhm.
Doing the robe and doing
Yeah,
the
she's
pose.
like she does
It's-
everything that
Woo!
her dad does, and
And
then
the figure 4, the figure 8.
yeah, and it's like now she's telling him she don't want to be him.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame any of the people involved. I'm sure it's whatever they're writing is bad.
Did David Flair ever woo in WCW?
I think he did, didn't he?
Probably.
Like when he was going crazy, like it was crazy David Flair. I think he did woo a few times.
He's bad. He's not
Yeah.
good. I know that's shocking news here, breaking news, but David Flair was not very talented.
Oh no.
No, hell no.
Hell.
He did used to woo though.
He did used to woo.
Yeah. When he used to chop, I think.
And Vic is sorry he's not zooming in tonight. Senior night for Faith at the soccer field, and then he's working all-nighter, but he'll see us soon. Have a good night, Vic Schiavone.
Tell Faith to score more goals.
To score more goats?
Goals.
Goals.
Oh, goals.
More power goats.
All right. Goal. John Barker. Which gun son? They should be the son of a gun. That should be Billy Gunn's kid. Coming to the ring, the son of a gun. It's fucking money gimmick right there.
Yeah, why is that not a thing?
Yeah. Which gun son would be which gun son would the Inchman beat down in front of Billy Gunn for the honor of ZZ?
Well, it's not sins of the father. It's sins of Billy Gunn.
So you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't take it out on his children.
No, you can't take it out on the kids. That's not right. I judge them on their own merit. I'm not going to judge them from what their father did.
That's very nice of you.
We got to take it directly to Billy Gunn.
And you wouldn't dehumanize them and just use them as pawns to get revenge on the father.
No.
It's a very dastardly act.
I even said, on our year-end show that Billy Gunn needs to go away and let them have their own thing,
I'm kind of pro Billy Gunn here.
That doesn't surprise me.
I do kind of like Billy Gunn now. I never was a fan. Big Show is going to interfere in the Shaq match, right?
That's what I said.
I kind of hope not, but I need to see a clean finish in the Shaq match with Jane Cargill.
You know,
it blasphemy to the wrestling world. Otherwise, will this lead? I still don't know why everyone wants to see Shaq versus Big Show. That one baffles me.
Who wants to see that?
Not me.
I just know that they kind of had like a program like sketched out in pencil, and they're kind of hoping to do it, and it never happened in WWE. So
do you think if they do that match, do you think it'll be better or worse than the Hitman Bret Hart double turn match from WrestleMania?
It will probably be. I'm going out on a limb, Jack. I'm going way out on this limb.
Up there with like Macho and
I'm
Steamboat,
saying
WrestleMania 3.
It's going to be better than all of that. 100%. Mark my words.
Could Jack and the Inchman go 2-on-1 with that huge Amazonia woman, Jade? Or would they die trying? She ain't that big-ish. I mean, she's well built, but she's not like... I mean, she's a big woman, but I don't think she's like enormous. Isn't she just kind of like toned?
Yeah, she's barely taller than Cody, so yeah, she's not like a giant or anything.
Tyler Stevens, is Joey Styles a good fit for AEW? I think that's something they don't need as another commentator. I think they're good with commentators.
Well, they lost a commentator though with Joey.
God, you're wanting to kill off JR?
I never said JR.
Who you wanting to kill off Tony?
I never said Tony.
You're gonna kill poor Excalibur?
No comment.
Wrestling Observer Announcer of the Year? Or
I'm a big fan of Joey Styles. I don't know if his style works today. I don't know. I haven't really heard him in so long. I don't know. I wouldn't be against seeing Styles again.
Yeah, I'd be for it. I always liked him
like
back
40 shows a week.
I have a new T-shirt coming out for Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone, and I haven't watched wrestling. Yeah, I did it for her.
Oh, nice.
They have it out yet? It's sad that I don't know. Is there like a new shirt out yet? Well, then it's coming. It's coming soon. Spoiler alert.
I think tomorrow there's a March Madness sale on Pro Wrestling Tees. Everything's 20% off.
Oh, okay.
Brian Matthew Cluttar. Is this Incher's autobiography? It is a book called Goat Man: How I Took a Holiday from Being Human, One Man's Journey to Leave Humanity Behind and Become a Goat.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's found this book because I never thought our fans would cross over and become aware of this. But I'm really glad that he went out of his way and he's reading my book now. Thank you.
It's $0 on Kindle and $2.31 hardcover, or you can get it used starting at $1.30.
Yeah. That's the prices.
A woman gave me hundreds of McDonald's Happy Meals toys from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're worth anything. A couple of them I looked up, and I guess they are, a few of them, but I don't know a lot about these things. But anyway, I don't know, maybe I'll sell them on eBay or something. But if anyone knows about these things, you can message me. Teacher at the school my brother works at.
Oh, excellent. There's probably some in there that's worth a little bit. Rare ones or something.
Yeah, there's some die cast ones. There's a transform, because someone mentioned there's like they're like transform like hamburgers that turn into people and stuff. I guess those were something.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Those are pretty awesome. Dang.
Al Oolb, how does Intra feel about Jack making fun of his niece, Lacey Von Erich, for her looks. I didn't make fun of her. I just said they picked a bad picture of her. They picked, I forget what it was in reference to, but it wasn't a good picture of her.
Oh, Lacey Von Erich.
Yeah.
What picture they use or
I don't
bad?
remember.
Yeah, that's.
She might be looking rough now. I don't fucking know. I don't keep up with fucking Lacey Von Erich.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything about her in quite some time.
Sure, she's a fine, upstanding woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give two shits.
And even though I'm her uncle's doppelganger,
You're a
I don't want to see anybody abuse her with bad photos.
How old do you think David Copperfield and other magicians will threaten to beat up and show Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany how fake magic is, since they called magic fake on an episode of Jack's favorite show, WandaVision?
What the hell does any of that even mean?
I don't know. That doesn't even make sense.
I guess they made it a guest appearance on the show, and they called magic fake, and he's referencing like the wrestlers getting mad that I'm sure you all knew that, but anyways.
Yes, I'll say yeah. Do it up.
I watched Young Rock, and Young Rock he said
the
that
show or just like pictures of him as a kid.
The show, Jack. Yes, the show. And he mentioned there was a scene where he was like in the room with all these wrestlers playing cards, and he was like, "Oh, wrestling's fake." And then Andre picked him up, and he was like, "Does this feel fake?" But yeah, I watched the first at 2.
Are you loving it? Was it good? So it's like
it's got some funny parts, but I don't know if it's a must watch for anybody, you know. Yeah, of course I've heard a lot of the stories. Well, some of them are just plain made up, but some of the stories I'm kind of familiar with. And he talks about stealing a lot.
Really?
Like he used to steal clothes back in the days.
He wants to run for president. He's incriminating himself. People go, he's got to run. Look,
yeah,
watch this
I
show.
think that's just
thief.
I think that was just publicity for this show, because like he's like doing it on the show, talking about running for president, and they got like an interview going on with him, like possibly running for president. So I think it was just to get people
to win. People love him.
Probably would.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, he probably would. And
I
like,
don't run anymore.
Could you imagine like you know, The Rock being so charismatic and just some run-of-the-mill politicians up against him, and just nobody had charisma.
It would be really well. I mean, for better or worse, Trump definitely does charisma, but that would be really that would be crazy. Like Trump and Rock having debates.
Yeah.
Then it goes to WrestleMania.
Oh my god. Tyler Stevens, if Intra could build a wrestling pinball machine, what would the theme be, and who would be on the marquee?
If I could build a wrestling pinball theme, what would the theme be, and who would be on the marquee?
Probably me on the marquee, I think. Jackie Jones.
No. Geez, that's an interesting question. Like, I'd probably want to do like 1990s WWF, like or you know, like late 80s, early 90s, and then
like Repo Man.
Well, you know, around that era, and have like, I'd probably like to have like a collection of guys, kind of how they did the art for the Rumble, like a lot of that art for that, and have like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. But
8 Ball. Yeah, from DOA.
Matilda's got to be on there.
Matilda?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Which one?
And British Bulldogs. Bobby Heenan with the fake leash. I think that'd be good. Have like just a collage of wrestlers from that era.
Yeah, and if it goes down the gutter ball, it's like gorillas, like you're a fountain of misinformation.
Yeah, you could have that. That'd be good.
Stick the fork in him. He's done.
Mm-hmm. See, that would be
what
good.
What a maneuver!
You're coming up with some good suggestions.
Yeah, I got the fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smart. I can do things. I'm not dumb, like people say.
But a ECW machine would probably be pretty cool too.
Oh my God!
Mhm.
Be good.
Probably Sandman on the marquee.
You can just start throwing chairs into the middle of the
Yeah,
Or-
Shane Douglas,
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamers.
Tommy Dreamers.
Get some New Jack and spurting blood.
Yeah, New Jack's got to be on there.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Mhm.
Little mass transit incident.
Mass Transit.
You get
Yeah.
like up one of the little things and like this fat kids just start bleeding.
BWO.
That'd be good.
Mhm.
Yeah. The ECW Musketeer.
Now he's a must. What about Roadkill?
Chickens. I like
Dan
that.
and
Actually like him.
Danny Doring.
Did the ECW Musketeer ever do anything? Did he come in with a run for with Johnny Swinger?
No, I don't think he did. Not that I
Go
know
find
of.
that guy. I want to get him on the show. The ECW Musketeer. Him and Belvis Wesley,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the legends. What brand? Oh, I think I skipped some questions. Tyler Stevens, who used the most baby oil? Oh, I think that was Intra's boy.
Out of who?
I mean, in general.
Yeah, in general. That big guy used to really like, and Matt Morgan.
Oh, yeah. He used a lot.
I'd say Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. He's an oiled up man. Lex Luger was always well oiled.
Triple H, he's had times where he's really lubed up.
Whoa. Like his
Yeah.
butthole?
Well, not his butthole. I don't know if he had his butthole lubed up or not, but
Man.
like when he's coming
Did
to
he
the
just
ring,
like to dry?
I don't know.
Making the hose cry going in dry. It's DJ Curly Bear rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no Triple H. Pretty much everyone back in the 80s, I think. Luger, though, is a pretty oiled up guy.
Ultimate Warrior, he would lube himself up too, wouldn't he? Hulk Hogan, of course. Hulk Hogan did use.
You ever lube yourself up, Incher?
Nah. Why would I want to do that?
I don't know, for the podcast.
No.
I
Get a
don't
good
know.
shine going.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that next week. I'm just gonna get all lubed up, and then put the
Okay.
shirt on, and it just gets all greasy.
That'll make a lot of sense.
It makes me. It humors me.
Uh-huh.
What brand of protein powder would Jack recommend to the Headyverse? So that's a good question. I would say the Man Sport. Boom. Man Sport ISO protein. All kinds of cool flavors like this one right here. Blueberry muffin. Tastes just like a blueberry muffin shake. I have it every morning. This, I throw in some leafy greens, a half a banana, some almond milk. Makes an excellent breakfast. The protein, it keeps you energized all day long. Incher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It keeps you. You're not going to get hungry. You're not going to get hungry all day.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
the protein early in the morning. Keep you fueled throughout the day. Low in fats. Only 110 calories a serving, Incher. Ultra fast absorption. Accelerate muscle and repair growth. Repair and growth. Mixes easily. That's very true. I put this in my blender. You can mix it all up. Tastes incredible. Man
Excellent.
Sports. Boom, get it. I recommend that. I'm glad that's a good question, Al.
Well, folks, I'm up past my bedtime.
See you later, Steven.
Well, I gotta tap out
Also got
for the
some of
night.
this. Put this in my water, carry it around with me. Helps you burn fat during the day while you're exercising.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out too. But before I leave, I got a question of my own. What is Jack and Incher's favorite serial killers?
Well, we've had this discussion before. I don't think any.
Off air. I mean, Intra's always talking about.
No. We've been asked this question
I
before.
love Richard Ramirez, the fucking Night Stalker.
I don't think anybody should have a favorite one, but I could see how you would find
just
some
like
of the
them all equally.
cases interesting. So I do get interested. I kind of went down that rabbit
he's
hole.
Not really he's not really a serial killer. I mean, I do like. I am a big mark for Charles Manson, but he's not really a serial killer. Pretty cool dude.
I did go down the rabbit hole of investigating the whole the Zodiac killer thing. So just like that is kind of an interesting thing because he's never been caught. So
I like Jonathan Jackson. Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty.
But there's like a lot of people who claim that their dad's the Zodiac killer, and a lot of it's just it's just kind of it just kind of goes crazy with all these theories and everything.
All right. With that said,
Do you have a favorite?
I think the Son of Sam ain't the Son of Sam, right?
I was at the Museum of Death in LA, and it's a whole museum of various. There's a whole room devoted to Charles Manson. There's rooms for cults, all different things. There's a lot of different. But the first room is all actual artwork by serial killers, and it's really really pretty cool. They get the paint, Mopoga the Clown painting. That one's pretty famous. But they actually have they have a comic strip that was drawn by the Son of Sam, and it's how to catch and kill a fat lady. I felt very bad laughing reading because he actually drew this and stuff. And it starts off by meatballs, and he draw it and he put those smiles on the meatballs. Buy a hoagie roll. You make the sub, and it goes on to like you lure the fat woman with the meatball sub to like back to your house, and then you kill her and stuff. It's funny, but then it's like, wow, I'm looking at this actual thing that this actual murderer made. So
yeah,
but I'm a big fan of the Museum of Death. It's a good place. I wear the hoodie a lot, Museum of Death.
Where you spend time a lot of time in prison, you get to like be creative about that stuff.
Yeah, there was, I forget the guy's name because they had a lot of artwork. And one of them, it was like not a windmill, but it's like when the wind blows and the things actually move. And each one was different. It was different sex acts. It was like a woman blowing a dude, a guy doing a doggy style stuff. And then it was written how it was made. So this guy made it while he's in maximum security prison over like 20 years. He's a serial killer. And so he would just get little straps of metal here and there that he would, steal from the kitchen. Like he'd steal a piece of fork and all these things. And so he like slowly made this big thing that actually moved. And it was kind of interesting how like he actually got that done like over 20 years. But I mean, what else do you do with your time? But
yeah. Good night, Lexar.
Good night.
Night, Lexar. You're a good man. Keep on keeping on. Anyone else? Songman, you have a favorite serial killer?
I don't know what mine would be now.
There's just so many. It's hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula is pretty badass. Let's see here. Here, if anyone wants to, I know Intra wants to see it. There's my Museum of Death hoodie.
Oh, I see. Neato.
And my Danny Trejo taco hat.
Ooh, was his tacos good?
They were good. Very good.
Excellent.
That was the first time I had jackfruit, which is, so it was a vegan taco. And I'll be totally honest. If I didn't know it was jackfruit, I would have thought it was
real meat.
Yeah, I would have thought it was it tasted like pulled pork.
Ah.
I also had like a shrimp one and chicken. I think might add steak. I don't know. But I wanted to try one of the because I was with vegans, and I think they got like black bean ones or something. All right, let's see here. Let's get back to these questions, and sure. Dobbs Dean Miami. Have you guys thought about cupping? Apparently it's good for you. There was a picture of The Rock. And he's doing this cupping. I think that's just a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, the theory is that it draws the blood to the area and it makes you like heal or something.
I don't know what it's supposed to do. This looks stupid. Looks like you're like fucking your skin up to me.
Yeah, I don't think it really
is beneficial. Bullshit.
I mean, I'd probably do it just because, like, but I don't think I'm going to get anything from it. But like,
what if it just like, what if that big round hickey never went away? It was just stuck there forever.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I know what you can cup. You can cup these balls, and sure about that.
What is it with you? What?
Trying to make the show entertaining. No one wants to hear about fucking cupping. Has Incher ever shot an animal before?
No, I never shot an animal. I couldn't do it. I'd feel terrible. I'm a total hypocrite because I eat meat, but I couldn't. I don't think I could shoot an animal.
Yeah, I mean, I've I've fished. I wouldn't want to do it either. I mean, if I had to, I've seen animals, back, because my family's from Pennsylvania, they own a slaughterhouse and made sausage and all that stuff. So I've seen chickens beheaded and stuff, and not like I enjoy it, but you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it wouldn't be something I would want to do. I'd probably just become vegan if I had to kill all my animals.
No, I'd feel really bad doing it. Yeah, that'd be awful. I don't think I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I even feel bad because I live by the woods, so we do get animals around here sometime. We had the garden, we had to have a heart trap, so we would catch the groundhogs and stuff and let them go. But if I get mice, and we didn't get any this year, but normally we get mice, some mice in the house, and I know people say to leave like traps where you catch them, but it's too hard with mice. So you leave traps and kill them. But even that, I feel bad.
What if you got a bear charging you? You got a gun in hand. On one end, you got a bear charging you. On the other end, you got a hobo with a bottle of piss charging you. Which one do you shoot?
So you mean like the animal or like a fat, hairy gay man?
Sure.
Either one. Incher, what are you doing?
I think if it's life or death situation, I mean, I don't have a problem with shooting an animal then, but yeah. If I did have to kill an animal though, I would probably want to do it like very precise and quick, where it's not gonna really know what happens.
Like mutilate it.
No,
not like the prince of Saudi Arabia or something with a reporter.
No. I wouldn't want to make it suffer. I would just want it very quickly.
Yeah, honestly, I don't like to say this, but when with the mouse traps, every once in a while, you'd catch a mouse and it would like catch its arm or something and not kill it. So I'd take it outside and stomp it, kill it, which always sucked, but like, what do you do? Mm-hmm. But it's better than it suffering. That's another thing. They have those traps where it's like the glue and you just throw them away. But then like, what do they do? Starve to death? It's like,
that seems like an awful way to go.
And people have told me they use these traps where like they get caught in oil, then you wash them. It's like that sounds nice, but like this is like, am I gonna go wash this mouse outside? Like, doesn't sound like a very reasonable thing to do.
You got to do the catch and release ones to have the ones where
with mice.
Yeah, just throw it out. You just open it.
Yeah, but if you throw it outside, it's gonna come right back in.
Yeah.
You just take
You
it
have
out.
to take it like a
farther
mile
away.
from your house.
I can't.
Yeah, you have
trust
to
them
take it
drivers.
out real far.
Because
Yeah, I
that's when we used to do groundhog stuff. You have to you're supposed to take it like 2 miles away, or else they'll just come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard groundhogs can return like up to 40 miles. They'll find their way back. So, yeah, you got to take them further than that.
Jeez, 40 miles.
It's actually crazy. I have a groundhog in my backyard. Can't get rid of him.
With those, we had you have the mouse seems harder to me for some reason, but the groundhog were big, so you catch them we had like the big have a heart trap.
Mm-hmm.
We caught a possum in it once. But I had a cat that used to get it like all the time. And like you'd see it the first time, but it's like, you're a fucking stupid ass cat. Like, don't you know? Like, you got in this once, not to go in it. Why has Nikhil abandoned us? And Tyler Stevens, what types of baby products have you bought?
Tyler Stevens, what type of baby products have you bought?
I don't think I've ever bought a baby product. I don't have any babies.
Yeah.
Maybe for a gift, maybe. I don't know.
Baby wipes.
I bought gifts, yeah.
Like the wet wipes, maybe?
You don't have kids and you're buying baby products, and you're probably like up to nefarious acts or like some kind of creep.
Do baby carrots count?
Well, there you go, baby carrots. Really, the baby carrots, that's like a scheme. It's just whole carrots whittled down.
Scheme.
Although really Brussels sprouts are like baby cabbages, I guess. I don't know. Anyone eat baby food around here? Start mowing down on some baby food?
Nope.
What a weird question. What the hell is wrong with these people?
That is a strange one.
All these questions, about getting sodomized stuff, but that one's like the weirdest one.
It might be Brandy Rose related. You never know.
I had baby shampoo because I heard it like.
Oh, baby! I used to buy baby aspirin, not for me, but because one of them, I think my grandmother used to have to take one every day as a blood thinner.
Yeah, like to put decals on something. If you mix baby shampoo and like water, it's like supposed to make like a soapy substance that you can spray the surface with, so you don't get any bubbles underneath your decal. So. That's pretty interesting, I know.
No, I thought it was fascinating. But what were you putting the decals on?
I made a back glass for my Mars God of War machine, and it required like a reflective film that you use for windows to kind of like simulate the original. So that was what I was using it on. But yeah, it's supposed to be like, it won't destroy the subject that you're using.
Brian Matthew Clutter. Why do you think AEW has been good at keeping secrets, such as signing the likes of Sting and Paul White and Brody Lee's health, but WWE and TNA, when people cared about TNA, etc., have never been able to? I have an answer for this because AEW has befriended the David Meltzer. So Mr. David Meltzer does not stooge off the AEW, whereas he will stooge off the WWE and Impact and etc.
And loose lips sinks ships. Whoa. And I think AEW is pretty tightly knit right now. So
they're all friends.
Yeah.
They're probably telling Davey Boy, but don't. We're gonna keep you in the know when we're gonna name moves after you and stuff. Just don't tell nobody. He's like, all right.
He's like, okay,
I'm good with that though. I like that. Don't tell anybody. Dobbs Dean Maya, do you guys use moisturizer? I actually do since I walk a lot because I'm out in the weather and my face gets very dry from the wind.
Not often, but recently I use a lot of hand sanitizer, so that'll really break out your hands. So sometimes I'll moisturize my hands.
I thought you meant for,
No, we've been over that.
I used some on my face earlier. Dobbs did. And some of it must have got in my left eye, and now it's really red and sore.
No, that ain't good.
Well, don't stick it in your eye.
Yeah, get better soon, Dobbs.
Tyler Stevens, who had or has the coolest entrance gear that they don't wear in the ring. So they got cool gear, but they take it off. Undertaker.
Vader's always thought the Mastodon mask thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a good one. Mantar. Head.
Yeah, I can't really think of anybody else.
I always wanted the Road Warriors to keep on their shoulder pads.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Road Warriors is good.
That's probably, honestly, that's probably the best one. I think of it.
Chris Jericho and the jacket and
Triple H at WrestleManias when he came. I always thought they were goofy, but he comes out as like Terminator and stuff. Al Ulba. Do you think Netflix will make a TV show based on WrestleLicious in 5 years? That was the talk of the town at the time. I think we did some WrestleLicious interviews.
Probably not, no.
Hey,
but you never know.
Tyler Stevens. What wrestlers had guns in their bags? Probably.
How would you know that?
I think Undertaker's bullshitting. I'm sure people did back in the day, but not anyone Undertaker was ever around.
Harley Race.
Back in like the 70s.
Yeah.
Undertaker was in world class for like a week, and then he was in WCW, then he was in WWF, WWE for his whole career. Who was packing heat? Maybe someone in world class, but I really doubt any of those guys in the 90s WCW was carrying guns around, and in WWE,
Glacier.
Fucking Doink the Clown. Elegante. I call bullshit.
Yeah, it's possible they could have had a gun in with them.
Bullshit.
Jesse Ventura, he was always talking about carrying one in his fanny pack.
Yeah, back in the 70s and like early 80s.
He mentioned on Howard Stern that he kept a gun in his fanny pack. Like probably 2014, maybe.
He wasn't in wrestling in 2014.
Yeah, but it's very likely he could have done it when he was in wrestling.
But when he was a wrestler, it was in the 70s and early 80s. I'm saying.
Well, he was a commentator for a while.
Yeah, but not when Undertaker. Well, for a little bit when Undertaker was in like the WCW 90s. But
I don't think it's unlikely that somebody could have had a gun with him. As far as like
they had to carry guns around to protect themselves from wrestling fans in 90s WWF.
I mean, I think they probably could have. Maybe it's different.
If they were, they're just being jackass. They weren't out like, oh fuck, the Marks are gonna kill me.
You never know.
I know it's bullshit.
No, you never know.
Bullshit.
It's possible. How would you know, like on every account, that this person didn't have a gun, this person didn't have?
They did. They didn't need it. They just did it.
Well, I'm not saying they needed it.
Well, that's what Undertaker was saying, that the guys had to carry around guns in their bags to protect themselves from fans and stuff. He not in his era. I think it's.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying about that, but I'm saying it's possible that they could have had a gun with them.
Yeah, but he's saying he misses the time when guys had to carry guns around. Which, why would you even miss that, though, to begin with? Like, man, I really wish, I had to protect myself life or death against, crazy fans.
All those news articles about wrestlers killing fans. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever heard of a wrestler had to shoot a fan?
No.
Scott Hall, that wasn't even wrestling related.
Yeah, that was outside of wrestling.
That's a good point. Like they had to shoot their way out of, so like you hear about, like I had to hide in a trunk of a car, but they didn't say like I had to shoot my way out of the building.
Hmm.
You know, oh, I got so much heat on Junkyard Dog in USWA or whatever, like I had to shoot my way out. Bunch of bullshit. Tyler Stevens, after the Hogan biopic, who will be the next one be based on? Who will the next one be based on?
They should have done Ric Flair like a long time ago, but I'd even like to see like Buddy Rogers or something like that. But they probably won't do it because nobody really knows him that well nowadays. But Bruno Sammartino would be really good.
Put a bunch of bullshit in it, and people are like, I don't know if that's real. Probably, who knows?
Yeah. Bruno, I think, would be a really good one. Bruno Sammartino. He has a really interesting story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even in Young Rock, I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff that they put in that was like made up stories. I'm pretty sure. Which I know you got to do that to make a show, but
Vince McMahon would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be good.
Do you guys think that WWE sucks because guys from the Austin era were not around as much to help newer talent coming up? Oh, they were, though. I mean, Kane was still around. Undertaker was around.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Foley was around for a long time.
I mean, there were a lot of guys during that era, too. Like, what do they want to see? Like, Rene Dupree come back and help out Mustafa Ali or something? Like, doesn't make sense.
Yvonne Grenier had a lot of, but I mean, there's still a lot of the guys that were around from that era for a long time. I mean, you know, like Val Venus was around for a long time. It's kind of like all of wrestling. The guys, you know, it's as time goes on, they kind of weed out, and you know,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. Al Wolb is a true. I mean, Austin didn't just because he got hurt and stuff, but a lot of the guys from that time did. Al Wolb, is it true that Incher once made a dating profile using a shirtless picture of Arn Anderson?
How do you know about that?
Was it, did you screen name Cat Bath?
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to.
Cat
you can
Bath.
just take your shirt off and be Arn Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a hairy man?
Pretty hairy. Yeah. Pretty hairy.
Did you ever think of rubbing down the Rogaine to get like a hair? Does that work on body hair?
Rogaine don't work. I think it's a big hoax.
Yeah, I've read that like if you've lost your hair, it don't work. It only works to like stop you. So you'd have to start using it before like your hair starts to fall out. But who would use it then?
Yeah, really. Like to maintain it or whatever. But yeah, it didn't really work for me. It just made me look like I had dandruff at times. So like I'd leave these little flakes. And it's like, and then people would be like, hey, you got some dandruff going on. And it's like, no, it's Rogaine. I've been using it. So it was only a hindrance. It was just like, I was just like, ah, the hell with it.
Tyler.
Expensive.
Sorry.
It was expensive too. Didn't really work.
Tyler Stevens. If Edge and Christian can still hang and bang, who are the next wrestlers to come back to WWE to be able to have a legit run now that AEW can pay these guys to take bumps? That's an interesting question.
So who are they going to bring back to have matches with Christian, or who do I think will be next?
Who would go back to AEW? He's saying like a guy from that era could possibly go to AEW.
Oh, geez.
Or anywhere, I guess, but he brought up AEW. A lot of the guys, have, I'm trying to think of like big names that haven't made a comeback that could still Like Mick Foley, I think is pretty spent.
Oh, geez.
Punk.
Yeah.
That's not that old, I guess. So,
Yeah, I can't think of anybody really. He's busy finding relics.
that's true. Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah, I could see him like still wrestling probably.
Alex Wright.
It's possible.
I don't know if there's any really difference makers. Matt
Jeez,
Morgan.
I'm having trouble coming up with anybody.
The Highlanders.
There you
Then
go.
they show up on Impact and get fired. Oh wait, no, they're working together.
Jeez. That was bad. They just showed him right on camera. I always hated that. Like he was there to watch the show. It was like, bam, here he is right here on the show, and he got fired.
Is Firebreaker Chip still alive?
Mm.
Or High Voltage?
Yeah, those main eventers.
I kind of miss those kind of just level guys that were just like kind of J-Brones, but would win every once in a while. Tyler Stevens, in your head is one of the most prolific star-studded wrestling roster of guests of all time. I like this guy. Fucking Tyler Stevens, Rookie of the Year. Hall of Famer Tyler Stevens. Who can we expect for future shows? This comes up all the time. Guest. All right. There's a lot of things going on here. It's a combination of the wrestlers, for the most part, not all of them, are harder to deal with, I found, to get on the show. Mixed with I'm an older person and not as hungry to really seek them out and get them on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then you combine the two. So it's like I asked someone on to come on. They're like, yeah. And then like they don't fall up and then all this stuff. So then I lose interest in keeping up with that because it's not necessarily that important. But there's times I go through it like I'd like to get guests on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll work. I mean, we had some earlier last year that were fun, some legends, and they were all set up by the same guy. So maybe we'll do some more. I know there's some people that were interested in coming on.
Yeah, Nick Aldis will get on one of these days.
Nah, I don't even care about that. like that's this perfect example. Like I asked him to come on, he says yes, he'd be interested. I give him dates, doesn't reply. And I was like, "Do you want to come on the?" Then he just stops replying. It's just like, it's just a waste of time. And then I lose interest in asking people when that happens. It's like if you just don't want to do it, that's totally fine. Just say no, or don't reply, but don't say yes and then just never follow up when you start giving them dates when you want to do it. That's just really annoying to me. Al Ulb, should AEW have Paul White lead a faction called the White Knights? The White Knights. I'm sorry. Paul White lead a faction called the White Knights.
No, I don't think they should do that. Go back to being the Giant. That's what I want.
How about White Power?
No, that's a terrible idea.
John Garabedian, do you think Shaheen here would be the in-your-head master of his art, drawing something funny of Incher as the bad in-your-head bunny, as the bad hoodie bunny, showing the many Easter eggs in his tummy, proving those he hunted were yummy?
Well, did this question did he write this question during the show? Because this is the first show I've ever had a hoodie on.
Yeah, are you seeing in the future, maybe?
I guess so. That'd be impressive if he didn't do it during the show. But
I like it. Are you in like a cabin somewhere?
Oh yeah, yeah, on my vacation.
Oh, really? That's very cool. Looks nice and cozy. And thanks for taking time out of the vacation to spend time
Oh,
here.
you bet.
You're a good man.
Or
Appreciate it.
anything for you on your head.
Thank you. You're a wonderful young. Look at that smile. How can you dislike the song man? He's a good man.
What am I doing to enter?
You're gonna draw him as the bad Easter bunny.
Oh, okay. I'm
With
putting
the
eggs in
hoodie.
his stomach.
Yeah, he's gonna
Eggs
be
in his tummy.
Yeah, eggs in his tummy, and
All
he's
right.
gonna be getting yummy.
Yep, gonna shoot your eggs in his tummy.
Yeah. Not my eggs. I'm just gonna turn him into a woman. Put eggs in his tummy. I'm not shooting anything in his tummy.
Huh.
I'll shoot him. All right, so too bad our boy had left here, but here's an excellent picture by Tyler Stevens.
There he is. Yeah. There's
What the fuck?
I kind of picture that I can see like that physique on Lexar.
I was gonna say that the Photoshop job on Lexar. I mean, it's not the best, but the facial expression fits.
It is pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's a pretty.
Interest seems very happy to be choking Lexar.
he does like my face with. That's like my face in all of his photos. That's
Yeah,
the only
it's the
one
same.
he
It's
is.
the same. I always have that red hat too. It's the same one.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get a kick out of them. But it would be nice. Maybe you could change up the pics. Jamie K, are you excited that the NWA is back? NWA is back, and will you be watching the NWA pay-per-view Back for the Attack? Boy, that is a classic name for pay-per-view.
pretty
Back
bad.
for the Attack.
Mm-hmm.
Nope,
No, I'm afraid I won't be watching.
that
Sorry.
does not fill me with desire. But good luck to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Frank wants to know. My question comes pretty late, probably too late to make the show. But I'm wondering when the episode of In Your Head from like 2 weeks ago will be on Spotify. I've noticed I'm a little behind. I'm sorry. I will get these the last couple weeks up. I check every day. Every day. I love the show, and I check every day. And every day I'm let down. Every night I cry myself to sleep, hoping that when I wake up the next day, it will be there on Spotify. But lo and behold, it is never there.
Jack's out here ruining lives.
So I'm just asking. I am begging, I am imploring you. Please, Jackie Jones, get the Spotify updated. Now, I may have paraphrased that question. I may have added a lot of bullshit to that question, but I could tell that is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
I will, for Frank, I will do that. This fine fellow, Frank.
Bam.
Never posted
Spotify.
anything, but let's see here, Frank. Got a very strange picture. It's Nicolas Cage's face on Andre the Giant.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll update that. I'm sorry, I'm back. A lot of questions here I probably missed here in the chat. I wonder if Jai's still out there stalking Jack. I haven't heard of him. I haven't seen him. I used to see him. No, I mean, I don't go really to restaurants too much every once in a while, so I never go to bars. But I used to see him at Intra's favorite hangout, the BBC. British, but it stands for British Beer Company Interest. So don't get too excited.
Yeah. You're hilarious, Jack.
Well, I mean, you don't drink beer, do you?
No.
Well, then why would you be excited for the British Beer Company?
Exactly.
So I used to see him there, but I don't go. I haven't been there for a while, so I don't know if he still goes. I know he was kicked out of a place called the Sandwich Taverna.
Dang. How do you get thrown out of there?
He's a really, I mean, not just on the show. He's an annoying man in real life. He's an annoying piece of shit. So, and Sandwich is not like this. Like, I know you think of Sandwich, Massachusetts on the Cape Cod. There's like, bikers and there's, people. It's a rowdy neighborhood, but it's really not. It's pretty low key. So you get this annoying fucker around. Like, get the hell out of here. Hit the bricks, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only person I've ever met in my life that's been kicked out of anywhere in Sandwich.
That's something to hang your hat on.
Yeah. Plus, he's like one of the 3 non-white people in Sandwich. So like, he's got to be on extra good behavior. I'm just kidding. About the second part. The first part, I'm not. So yeah, there we go. Gogo 13. I missed when Jack guessed if he could keep them here for a second so he could get the liner from them. That's an interesting thing to miss. Very specific thing to miss.
Yeah.
Songman, the baby batter in my bladder makes me fatter.
Oh my.
Gogo says it's almost as good a Photoshop job as the infamous Walkie. That's not cool pick. I remember Intra wasn't happy when I used to post that on the world board.
That's not cool.
Yeah, he was like jizzing on Chuck Walker.
Oh.
No, I think Chuck was jizzing on him.
Yeah, that's
I
not
can't
cool.
believe you photoshopped something so gross, Intra. You're a dirty man.
I never photoshopped that.
Let's check. I'm gonna check Twitter. I posted about questions. Let's check them out.
Twitter questions.
Follow us on Twitter at iWhite Wrestling. I haven't used it for a long time, but I'm gonna try to keep it updated. So follow us, please. Stephen Butler said this on the iWhite Wrestling because Lashley is the best book challenger for the WWE title. Okay. Varon, unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Rookie of the year here. Varon, unbelievable. What the hell? We've recently seen some returning wrestlers to the WWE. It's an interesting question. If the Boogeyman returned,
oh geez,
is there any good way they could merchandise products to coincide with the Boogeyman's return? And then another fan of ours, Adult Diaper, replied, "Great question." That is an interesting question because the Boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember him, the Boogeyman, he was a really unheralded champion of the time. Many believed at the time, the Boogeyman, when he came in, that it was going to be the next Austin era, the Boogeyman era. It never happened, and a lot of it's because they didn't use the man right. I wouldn't put the blame on the Boogeyman. So, if you remember when the Boogeyman was out there and he'd come up the clock,
yeah. Hey Jack,
and then he would grab worms.
Jack, I just remembered my refrigerator is running and I have to go catch it. So
yeah, but we have time for Uncle Jack jokes here. What? Bitch, can you believe it?
Okay.
Man, Mom, should I save this for next week to tell Intra? I hate to say it when he's not here.
Yeah, just save it.
All right, Intra. I'm sorry about the refrigerator. But I'm a good guy. I want to save this for you so you can bask in all its glory. So next week, guys, stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to tell this great idea I've held in my mind for years for the Boogeyman. It's going to blow everyone's mind. Never been told before to humans. All right. So thank everyone. Urias Tosh. These are 4 handsome lads, if I do say so myself. Look at this face. The smile over here and the blackness over here. And I mean blackness, the mask. I'm not, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Urias Tosh. Nothing like waking up in the morning to a cup of In Your Head. Well said. Well said. I'm personally disgusted that Intra Biceps abandoned us like this. I agree, but I will not hold it against him. I will save this till next week. I'm sure he had an emergency. Would Jack consider doing a show where he searches abandoned buildings? Sure. I don't want to like die though, like fall. But abandoned buildings, that sounds fun. There's an abandoned train car by me. I'm always thinking about it, but it's like I have no idea why. It's out in the middle of the woods, and it's surrounded by barbed wire. And it's just this train car sitting there. Why would someone build barbed wire fence around this old train car? In my mind, there's something in there that people you build barbed wire around something so you don't want people to get in. Why would you care if they got in this old abandoned train car? But maybe it's trying to keep something from getting out. I don't know. But maybe that'll be the first episode. Peace out, gents, from David Matheny. Yeah, all right. David Matheny's telling us we got to go. So thank everyone in the Headyverse, and JJ here, and Shaheen, and the Song Man, and Lexar, who's a lazy bastard. He had to go to sleep. And Steve, and I know he's an old man, so he can't stay up that late. I get that. And all the fine folks here, Gogo 13, and Mark Rebel Games, a fine man, and it was like some guys it was like 2 people, I think, we had questions from on Twitter, but I never post there, so I get it. We'll have more next week. Veron, Unbelievable, and Adult Diaper sound like 2 fine members of the Headyverse, and everybody else I forgot. We'll be back next week here on In Your Head. So subscribe, hit that little bell icon. I don't mean hit the internet icon. Hit that little bell icon. You'll get notifications every time we go live and every time we upload a new show. All right, it's enough lollygagging, and sorry for the technical difficulties earlier, but we worked our way through them. We'll be back next week. Until then, I'll actually be back tomorrow, too. I'll probably do a show after AEW. And if you just can't get enough, join us on the Facebook group. It's pretty active. You'll find lots of cool videos on how to like saw down, wood stumps and make like vases and like just a bunch of fascinating things. But go there. We also talk about wrestling. Just look up IWH Wrestling on Facebook and you'll get there. All right. I'm out of here. We're all out of here.